kicking like
1, 2,
Dolomite.
3,
Last one
4,
got copyright. I'm kicking like
5
Dolomite.
just to be sure.
Hey, one time,
Last
you
one
ready?
got
Copyright.
Yeah.
Last one got
Fuck it.
copyright. Hey.
You know what time it is. Every time I rhyme, it's just a sign that I'm about to kill. Yeah, it's time for weapon wheel. We got the skill, we got the games. Don't make me grab it still. I put a hole in one like Abby did to Joe. Yeah, for real. And when it comes to aiming, I don't miss like Master Chief. I'll grab the piece and give your ass a halo just for talking sweet. When it comes to gaming, yeah, you know our team's elite. Check the leaderboards, we run the game. You should pick up your feet. You can't lose them too smooth, just going to admit defeat. And ain't no capping around here, cause like Bond, I keep receipts. The most dangerous, better than these other guys. Try to come for us, what's like between your eyes like Jen Sakai. That's no lie, no prank. I grab the ratchet, no clank, and get my jiggy mask to show you how Jack Move got his name. Yeah.
Weapon Wheel Podcast.
Look. King of the castle like Cooper, captain of the ship. My name ain't Bladrew, but don't make me have to hit the switch. We'll dump you overboard, then watch the views. I ain't talking Twitch. Hey, yo, Alex, go ahead. Talk to him real quick.
Oh, the Dolomite is my name, and fucking up motherfuckers is my game. Dolomite, motherfucker, you heard her.
Claim it, a strike to claim it. And he got it!
They had the nerve to copyright the game. One time, it's just the bitches. Hey. Say yo, still putting wheels on the pavement. My game so tight, it's like Jordan 1 lazy. We stay in these gaming streets, ain't no way to be dormant. Hey, a Drake will leave your body uncharted like Lost Fortune. Coco Long scene was cute, hey, and yeah, it served its purpose. But I'm trying to give a detailed description of what a hearse is. I say we flip the switch on these niggas before it get bland. I see a lot of pods jacking the format like Dapper Dan. You hitting the dislike button, you still a fan. Talk slick in the comments and like Dutch, I got a plan. We don't do the sneak diss and that's that stuff that get you banned. Last time we told your ass to squat up, you turn telling right. It's like I play with the sliders up. You just got 30 niggas, heard me, the time is up. Since 2015, we been kicking gang knowledge up. Dust your boots and join the crew if you wild enough.
Developers.
Dolomite, motherfucker, you heard her.
40 clips, kicking like Dolomite. Hey, 40 clips. Aimed at your fit beam, shotties, so much ammo, it don't make sense. Trying to compete is a sacrifice, die again in your afterlife. I'm taking a road trip anytime you niggas wanna fight. Polygons and body counts, that's all that I tend to like. Any other podcast, a copy here look alike. Hey, and what they say? Hey, what I say? Hey, I put them in the dirt. Toss and get hurt, no face, no case, smashed up like a jiggy merch shirt. Sliding in that vet, I'm gonna get back, time to pay that debt. It's time for weapon wheel.
Yo.
My guy,
Sup?
boy, what up, dude?
Yo, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you sound good. How do I sound?
Horrible.
Nah, you good.
All right, thanks.
Oh man, another
Yo, Bladrew recruiting now, BG. What's going on, man?
Hey man, sometimes, like the GIF I posted, sometimes, Thanos had to rest too. After he did his work, he just had to, sit back and look at a grateful universe. And I got the chance to do that this Sunday because Bladrew will be the host. So that means anything petty that y'all have a grievance with, you got to take it up with Bladrew this episode. All that stupid nonsense y'all be complaining about, every this was anything that happens this episode is Blandrew's fault. So I'm not trying to hear nothing.
Well, thanks for having my back, BG. I truly appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely,
Bladrew,
always.
You did a wonderful job this week, man. Just letting you know.
Oh, thanks, Jay Barry.
Why?
I'm
'Cause
kind
he
of
brought you
nervous.
on?
I'm kind of nervous, but I think we'll have a good episode today.
Oh man.
Nervous
Hey,
for what? What's going to happen?
I don't know. Maybe I just stutter over my words. Maybe I get exposed for not knowing how to read. We'll see what happens.
oh man, listen,
Hey,
man.
Ain't nobody stutter more than me, man. You good, bro?
Hey man, being host, some people think it's all, it's all candy and cake and unicorns and all that, but it ain't sweet. I'm telling you, man. But hey man, what's good, chat? How y'all doing? So Jack, so pretty much the three other members, Jack, Bond, Smooth, are all on. You could say they're all on vacation. Jack is on medical leave. He got a hole in his mouth. Smooth is out somewhere and
With his family having
with
a vacation or something.
with family. And Bond is, you already know what Bond is doing. Snow boarding in the Appalachian Mountains, something like that. Something like that. So I had to get Avengers East. I had to get the Avengers East in here. Just as good, the backup team, but just as good.
100%.
Hey man,
we good?
Sometimes the backup
Wait,
come be better than the starters. You feel me?
I just need my $20 PSN DM to me, BG.
Whoa. Who agreed to these terms?
I saw Bladrew. He DM me, say, "Y'all, I'll give you $20 PSN." You know what I mean?
You lying and bribing to these men?
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna get into that very shortly, but I want to start with intros right now. So BG, I'll let you start first.
Yes. Well, I never actually do an intro. I don't know how to do this. You already know who I am. I guess for today's episode, the former host of Weapon Wheel, but now I'm just a member. So I get to kick back, relax, slack around, do what y'all do when y'all just members. So I'm gonna enjoy this. I've been slapping Xbox dudes around all day on Twitter.
I see.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on, Bladrew.
Yeah, no problem, man. You're welcome here anytime. D Games, I actually don't know you. You're somebody that came requested by BG, so what's going on, man?
I'm pretty much the new kid on the block compared to everybody else, But yeah, man, strictly gaming, new gaming channel, pretty much, man. I just love talking about gaming and stuff like that, man. So just hit me up.
Okay, Mocha.
Hello. It's been a minute, y'all. It's been like how many weeks? 6, maybe 7.
Almost 2 months.
Yeah. So hello to everybody.
Okay, Jay Barry.
Yo, man. I am back after 3 years. It's a pleasure being here. Let's get it.
And Persona.
Hey man, what's up, man? It's your boy Persona. Happy to be here, man. Shout out to the panel, shout out to the crew, and shout out to the chat, man. Appreciate all y'all.
Okay, and you guys probably aren't going to believe me, but I actually did request Jay Barry and Persona. I think they're some of the greatest voice that we have in this community in the PlayStation Nation. They're some of the only people I can watch when it pertains to PlayStation. I think they do an amazing job. Together, they're just the most amazing team. So thank you for being on the podcast, Persona and Jay Barry.
That means a lot, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
a lot, man. I got
you guys are like the Wonder Twins of the YouTube gaming community. So I really appreciate having you guys over here. Shadow Fox. Shadow Fox, are you there? Is he there?
Can you hear me?
Somebody.
Hey, what's up, Shadow Fox?
Yeah, we hear you.
So, quick intro.
Yeah.
You hear all the individuals that are talking. You hear about individuals that talk smack on Twitter and talk about other people like that. I'm the person that's feared and they don't engage. I own all the systems. I played all the systems from the beginning, from day one. I bought all of them from launch. I own PC, game on PC, Linux, Rail, whatever system you have. I know all about information technology, programming in general. So talking about specs is probably going to be your downfall.
This had to be the most hostile intro I've ever heard.
Oh.
I told them we weren't on that type of time today because Bond's not here. But
man,
I guess
hostile.
Yeah.
What's hostile about it? It's the truth.
My man hit us with the Eminem
word.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Okay. And I'll be your host today. I'm a biased host, but that's no different than the last host, BG. So I want to start this podcast off today with a little game. We all like to game, right? J Bar, you game?
A little bit.
A little bit. Persona? Nobody here. I'm gonna start with a game, okay? I'm gonna call this game Who Am I? The goal of this game is simple. I'm gonna read the synopsis of a review. You guys get 2 chances and 2 chances only. You can interrupt me as I'm giving the synopsis and try to steal the answer. But if you're wrong, you forfeit the round. There's a total of 3 rounds, and you can win a PSN card, an eShop card, or an Xbox Live card, totaling $60 tonight if you can get the name of these games right. Okay?
Awesome.
Let's get it.
Okay. Blank is big, gorgeous, and so much fun. Traveling from point A to point B in an open world has never been such a blast
Spider-Man.
until now.
No, Breath of the Wild.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Did you guys not hear the rules?
Oh, my fault.
What we said?
If you blab the name of the game as I'm giving the description of the game, you lose the round.
Oh,
okay?
you know niggas don't listen. My bad. Go ahead.
Okay.
I got it right though.
The round doesn't start until I say who am I, okay? But if you interrupt and you get it right, I'm gonna give you the prize, okay?
Gotcha.
Okay. Blank is big, gorgeous, and so much fun. Traveling from point A to point B in an open world has never been such a blast. Until now. Blank provides some of the most crazy and fun mayhem I've ever experienced. Now, if you'll excuse me, time for me to jump off the highest building possible and shoot at a group of angry robots. Who am I?
Oh shit.
Robots. What?
Robots. I mean,
Angry robots?
Angry robots. Why do I feel like I know this?
I didn't pick like some niche game for you people to come out here and be like, I never heard of the name. You guys know these games, okay?
Angry robots.
That last part of the description.
I feel like I have killed some robots, like in a.
I will say some of you have played this game.
I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn is the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, I don't know, Chief.
Robots.
Yo, can we get a platform?
Xbox and PC.
Xbox and PC?
Ooh, wait, what? Xbox and PC. I definitely don't know this.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know that one.
is it Crackdown 3?
No,
Ooh.
that's not. It's not Crackdown 3. That's one Persona.
Is it Gears 4?
It's not Gears of War.
That's actually a good guess.
I mean, Xbox ain't got no game, so it shouldn't take us.
Exactly. It shouldn't be this hard for you guys to figure out what it is, but
Shit, it sounds like Twitter. You know what I mean?
Fighting robots on.
Oh, the Halo
Oh,
Infinite Data.
you talking about Recore?
that's Strike 2 Persona. It wasn't Recore or Crackdown.
Wait, what is it? Oh, you said that was Strike 2.
Yeah, that's Strike 2 for him.
The robots is killing me.
I have no clue, bro.
Robots.
Jump off of a.
I got it.
Well, you lost. I mean.
Oh, I lost. I only got 2 tries.
Yeah.
Shit.
Is this an Xbox One game?
Yes.
Hey, Barry, I'm gonna message you. Hold on, I got you. I got you.
Jeez.
Okay, is it
I got it. Go ahead, Barry. Hurry up. Say it.
Oh,
say it.
Titanfall.
No, it's not Titanfall.
Somebody said is it Recore?
No.
No.
What game is this with robots?
I don't like robots, so I wouldn't know.
Xbox fanboys? I don't know. Like what?
Jumping off a building to fight robots? I don't. That just.
Yeah, that's throwing me off. Jumping off a
Game
building. I
Pass?
don't.
A game that has good traversal and you fight robots?
And it's open world.
I'll say this: don't focus too much on the word robots. There's a wide variety of enemies in this game.
The thing is, you said fun and Xbox, so I can't really.
Xbox and PC, no other platforms.
Yep.
That's.
Can we get a year? Can we get a year? Year of release. Let's get a year
Is
of
this
release.
something that Xbox fans supported?
It legit sounds like.
No, they didn't support it.
Yeah, it's a Bladrew game.
If they ain't buy it, then
Yeah, I'll give you a year just to get on with it. Okay.
Is this game from a Japanese studio?
No.
Okay.
2014.
Oh, nigga, I can't remember what I played last week. Yeah, I ain't getting this.
Bro, I
I ain't
have
getting
no
this.
idea what that is, bro.
Man,
Just
24.
think back on the launch of the Xbox One. Think back to the year one games, what came out for that platform.
It was that zombie game. It was the Rise. It was
Sunset Overdrive was the following year.
Sunset Overdrive was the correct answer, so I'm giving it to you, Shadow Fox.
what?
Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive.
That game ain't have no robots.
Yo, who's
They-
reviewing that?
This is the IGN review. I've never played the game myself, but this is the synopsis from IGN.
Nah,
It's
that's-
Sunset
that's-
Overdrive.
That's Tony Polanco review.
Oh no!
Yeah, what's
Yeah, no,
Jump from the highest of
Robot.
Jump from the highest of buildings and has a lot of traversal. That's what you guys should have focused on the most, but you guys were so focused on the word robots. It was Sunset Overdrive.
And you're right, because in the end game, there's nothing but robots. You're right.
Okay.
You're
So
right.
what are you gonna? I'm not giving you a Steam card. I'll rebuke that PC gaming devil right now. But I will give you an eShop card, a PSN or an Xbox. So what would you like?
I have to choose. Jesus. I haven't spent the money on the eShop cards I have already, so I guess PSN.
Oh my God, you stabbing me in the heart right now, Shadow Fox.
Wise choice. Wise choice.
But if you want me to be an Xbot, I can. That's fine.
Yeah, yes, whatever you want. I mean, this isn't about me. Pick whatever you want
For the culture. Xbox.
for the culture. Okay. Round 2. Blank is a culmination of everything this studio has done with the series over the past 14 years. It takes the characters that we fell in love with long ago and sets them off on their most gorgeous quest yet. The deep and rewarding weapon system, beautiful and varied worlds, and charming as heck story makes it an adventure that anyone with a PlayStation should strap in for.
Too easy.
Who am I?
This is too easy.
This is Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet
Rift
Clank
Apart.
Rift Apart.
That's strike one for J Barry and Persona.
Wait, what?
Wrong.
Hey, yo, what?
What year?
I'm not
14
giving
years.
not right now.
Can't give you the
He
year.
said
yet.
14 years.
14 years ago.
Is it Ratchet and Clank?
He just said that.
He just said, yeah. He just said that.
Mm.
Wait, be specific. Don't just say like the name of a franchise and think I'm gonna give you the answer like that. Is it Ratchet and Clank, Tools of Destruction, Ratchet and Clank? Like, what are we doing here?
They say Rift Apart, but
Well, it
It
ain't
ain't.
ripped. They said PlayStation 4 should enjoy, so it wouldn't be ripped apart. It would be like the other one, the old one
Yeah.
or something.
See, I ain't even hear that. Okay.
Oh yeah. I ain't
No,
know
I said. What did I say? I said, anybody with a PlayStation would strap in
Oh.
for.
Okay.
Read the thing
I
again.
thought you said PlayStation 4. Yeah, I don't know then. Never mind.
You want me to read it again, J Barry?
Yeah, read it again.
read it, read it again.
Blank is a culmination of everything this studio has done with the series over the past 14 years. It takes the characters that we fell in love with long ago and sets them off on their most gorgeous quest yet. The deep and rewarding weapon system, beautiful and varied worlds, and charming as heck story make it an adventure that anyone with a PlayStation should strap in for. Who am I?
What is Uncharted 4?
No, that's strike one.
I don't know.
He said that kind of
Um,
aggressive, Bladrew. I need you to relax.
Okay. This is a long-running PlayStation. It's a long-running PlayStation franchise, obviously.
And I want to make this
years.
perfectly clear. The games here are from this and past current generation. We're not going to PS3, PS2, PS1. They're all relatively current.
But that franchise is about, you're talking about 2006, so it is about 14, 15 years old. So that makes sense.
Yeah, he's talking about the past games where,
Yeah, I'm not
franchise
giving you guys like the synopsis of a Crash 1 that came out on PS1 or anything like that.
God of War 2018.
I'm sorry, Persona, that's strike 2. You're out of here.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't
the
think it's God of
PlayStation
War because
All-Stars?
it's characters that is
No, it's not
characters that we
PlayStation
already
All-Stars.
Adore. So, all right,
Tempted not
I'm going to
Google.
say if it ain't Ratchet and Clank, right? Because somebody guessed Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and 2016, and you said wrong, right?
No, I said it's not. Let's just give me the name of the game specifically. I'm not going to allow you guys just to say the franchise and that be it.
So wait a minute. So it is Ratchet and Clank because you've been weird about it. It's Ratchet and Clank.
Which Ratchet and Clank is it?
I don't know, nigga. Is it Ratchet and Clank?
It is Ratchet and Clank. It's Ratchet and Clank 2016, Mocha. It's
Yo,
Ratchet and
oh
Clank
my
feels-
god.
Yo,
They
but
count.
she
So I got it
said
right.
Ratchet and Clank.
I mean, yeah, okay, I'll give it to you, Mocha. It was Ratchet and Clank.
Right.
Ratchet and Clank, I call it Ratchet and Clank 2016. I wasn't allowing people to just name the franchise and that be it, okay? So what would you like,
because
Mocha?
I said Rift Apart and she said Ratchet and Clank. So I'm thinking like that's the 2016 one she talking about. So she been got it right.
Okay. So what would you like, Mocha?
What are the options again?
eShop, Xbox, Nintendo. Excuse me, eShop, Xbox, PlayStation.
eShop.
Oh my god, thank you, Mocha.
eShop.
Last round. Last round. 22 years later, Blank is a successful modern reinvention of all the best ideas of the original game with more courses and more reasons to revisit familiar spots in pursuit of the perfect frame. Some of its supportive systems, like its photo scoring and tutorials, can drag down momentum or even frustrate at times. But at the end of the day, some artificial grade is utterly secondary to the clever environmental storytelling you'll experience as you level up courses, the fun of discovering surprising photo ops, and the sheer joy of observing a moving ecosystem of believable, personal, and lovable creatures. Who am I?
I forgot that shit already.
Yo, what's that Nintendo game that came out that you like, Pikmin?
What is
It's not
Snap?
Pikmin. It was Pokemon Snap. Congratulations, Shadow Fox. I was rooting for you more than anybody else in this tournament. So what would you like?
I guess now I'll do the PSN card and be on board.
Okay. Okay.
Nah, he got to give up one of those, man. He got two.
So the Shadow Fox is going away with a total of 40 and Mocha is going away with a total of 20. So let's get into some actual topics right now. We just had the release date of Hades for Xbox and
games.
PlayStation. People are loving this game right now, BG. Relax. Says anybody played this game or no?
But the answer was a whole bunch of old games. That's why I ain't get it.
New Pokemon Snap came out like in March.
Pokemon Snap. Man. Proceed.
Speaking of games, BG.
I ain't played that joint since 64.
BG.
Yes, ma'am.
So, you remember how we started off the year, right?
In January?
Yeah, January, February. You remember what happened, right?
I don't.
So, you were all over my case because I had 3 monitors but only beat 9 games last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
The drag BG?
And here we are. We're 8 months into 2021, and I've doubled the games that you've beat this year. Let's talk about it.
I mean, I could do this with you, but I don't want to take away from Bladrew's hosting opportunity.
BG. Nope, we're not sidestepping BG. Because you talked all that
are
shit.
you gonna?
You talked all that shit.
I'll allow it.
Blandrew, can I have this conversation? Okay.
Go ahead, Mocha.
So, let's talk about how I'm on game number 12 for the year, but you've only beat 6. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. What you want to talk about?
So, how was it such a shame for me to only beat 9 games, but we're almost done with the year and you're sitting on 6 and then you shitted on me, but I've doubled what you made. And then I brought it up on Twitter and you were trying to blow it off, talking about I bet I'll still have more beat than you by the end of the year. And I told you I was willing to bet on it and you pretended like you didn't see it. So I want to make a wager.
Mm-hmm.
That by the end of the year, you won't have more games beat than me.
First, I'm gonna have at least 25 games beat by the end of
And
this year.
I will play as many games as I fucking need to, because I won't let you catch up.
See,
I won't let you catch up. I'm sitting on double of what you got right now. So,
and here's why I probably won't take this bet, because see, you're gonna do the smooth tactic and just play a whole bunch of old games, a whole bunch of short games, just to make sure you're ahead of me. So I'm not gonna feed into this. I'm not gonna, be baited.
No, because it's the principle. No, you're sidestepping. We were talking about beating games, right? Motherfuckers need to beat games. So let's see who beats the most games. It's gonna be a little friendly competition. I want to see who beats the most games.
Okay, sure. Let's. The competition is there. I ain't putting no money on it, but
why not? Because you're gonna lose.
I don't think I'm gonna lose, but all I can tell you is I'm at 6 right now, right? It's August. There's only 4 months left in the year, right?
And you won't catch up.
And I'm somebody who's gonna manage to get to mid to high 20s in just 4 months because I'm just that good, and I beat games. I've just been busy for the last couple of months, but I ain't putting no money on it. I'm just gonna beat games because that's
You're
what we
gonna
do out here.
fucking lose.
Hey man,
So
you can try
no,
to big
because
deal you
it's
want.
just the way that the tables turn. Like you was talking all that shit about how I don't beat games, but I'm beating more than you now. So I just want to put that out there. Like, and by the end of the year, I will have more games beat than you. So y'all can clip this. Y'all can save it at the end of the year in December. I will have more games beat than you, BG. I promise you.
I appreciate that I'm the barometer that people set
I promise you.
their goals
I
to.
promise you.
You talk the most trash, so people just generally want
You
to
talk a lot of trash.
I'm the bar.
Yeah.
I'm the bar. That's what it is. I
No,
understand.
You talk trash. You talk trash.
Okay, let's bring it
So-
back to Hades.
Yeah.
So has
go
anybody
for
here
it.
played this game yet or no?
No.
Good question.
Played a little bit of it.
Yeah, I've been playing it.
So how are you guys
played
feeling?
it.
I haven't gotten a chance to get to it. I bought my physical copy months ago, but I've been, dealing with Battleland, Wonderworld, and Monster Hunter Rise and all other types of stuff. But I will get to it by the end of the year. So how are you guys feeling about it?
It's a great game, man.
That
Yeah, it's
game
pretty good.
should have been on the top of a lot of Game of the Year lists. I'll say that much.
Okay.
And I believe that the term AAA is what causes a lot of these games that are actually better to not be listed, and that's something that probably needs to be addressed. But that's a whole different discussion.
Yeah.
Anybody calling Hades their game of the year in this community is capping. We seen in April. We seen
So what's
in
the
April.
cap? What's the cap?
Motherfuckers
Explain
didn't
it.
know what a roguelike was. They didn't know what a roguelike was. What's a roguelike? What's a rogue? Now they talking about Hades their game of the year.
Hey,
Please
get
stop.
that man, Shadow Fox.
Please stop.
I just want you to explain from the beginning what the process of that logic is. Explain the
Because
the
just
very
a couple
beginning
of
of that
months
and
ago,
what are the standards there.
couple of months ago, people were questioning what is a roguelike. They were confused with Returnal, and now the same people is talking about Hades, their game of the year. This game is amazing, but they didn't know what a roguelike was just a couple of months ago. They're
You're not
capping.
addressing me, right?
I'm not addressing you. I'm saying the game is great. It's amazing. I've been playing this on the Epic Game Store for like 2 years now. I just got it on PS5. I love the game, but I see a lot of people in this community this in April. These guys hated roguelikes. This is not my genre. This is not my genre. But Hades come out. Oh, game of the year.
Okay, so let me ask you this. For those of you that have played both Returnal and Hades, I've heard that Hades does a lot of roguelite elements better than Returnal, but I'm not entirely sure what that entails. So can you help me out here?
What is it? What did they do better? I
I don't know, because I've been seeing people like Gaming Addict, a lot of Xbox guys, people in the media saying that Hades is a much better roguelite experience than something like Returnal.
I haven't played.
Yeah, but they need
chance to
to
play
they need
Returnal
to
yet, so I can't
explain
compare.
Yeah,
what makes it better, because both, if the developers of the game can say, oh yeah, Returnal is one of his favorite games, it's like, what's your problem, right? Like, why is it bad to you, right? No one can explain that. They just make these comparisons of, oh well, it's bad because Hades is just more critically acclaimed because of how long it's been out and whatnot within the community. But what Returnal does and what Hades does is extremely, extremely similar. But I think for a lot of people, it's that whole being able to save that really has a lot of people hung up over, oh well, it's not as good as this because I can save. So the amount of pressure that's on you to actually get good is smaller.
No,
when it comes
in Hades, when you die, you start over.
You do start over from the beginning, but these people, I don't know, man. These people are weird. Plus, when you in terms of like what people say, when you can like keep some stuff, that's also in Returnal, because like you do keep like certain boons and abilities and weapons and stuff like that. That stuff is easier. But when it comes to Returnal, because things are so much more randomized, it causes a lot of people to have to actually try much harder. Because if your favorite gun is the Electrophylon or Hollow Seeker with specific mods on it, you're at the mercy of the game to have to be able to get that specific rolled gun again if you die. And if you don't, and you're so used to that, for a lot of people it becomes a brand new learning curve of, okay, I have to use this gun with this alt fire or this gun with this alt fire. And I think a lot of people couldn't wrap their brains around that and got frustrated and quit.
Hades is more popular than the Returnal, though, right?
Oh yeah, I get.
I would
Yeah,
imagine
It's on
so.
both.
Yeah,
It's on
I
both
would,
consoles though.
I
It's
would
on
say
both
so.
consoles.
Okay.
It's kind of weird for me because I'm hearing all this talk about, well, it's a roguelike in this, and I've been playing roguelikes in that style before roguelikes was a term, because some journalist somewhere said, hey, let's make this a term, and decided to catch on, and so now the entire gaming community has to use that as a term for a genre, which is really just action adventure. The whole point of there being a randomizer to create your levels has been something going as far back as the Legacy of the Wizard on the NES. This is nothing new. Is the game good or not, whether it's random or not? It depends on how well the implementation was done. I liked Rogue Legacy. I like Spelunky. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of what Hades does is just perfecting the loop. As far as not just the gameplay, the action and whatnot, but just the loop itself, and having different hooks depending on what type of way that you play. You're rewarded no matter what type of way that you play. Originally, it's going to be hard because it's a roguelike, and then it only takes a couple of minutes for it to click. Once you die 1 or 2 times, then you understand. One way or the other, and you're going to take one of several paths to do what you want to do to get better at the game. And it has planned for you to learn that way all along. And any roguelike that does that understands that is basically leading you along the way, and no matter how you play, has obviously been tested well and planned well. And I think that's part of why Hades is so popular.
I like the way you explain that. Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of what
Returnal
you
from
do-
that as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of what you described is what Returnal does as well.
I can't speak. I haven't. I'll have to try it and see, but I haven't tried a Returnal yet.
Wait, Shadow
But
Fox, do you have a PS5, Shadow?
I do. It is upstairs right now.
Oh, okay.
I think. I mean, I purchased Hades. Haven't played it yet. That's actually next on my list. Since I'm at the end of Ratchet and Clank right now, and Hades is next on my list. I mean, Hades' popularity, I think, is mainly due to it winning so many, Game of the Year or just winning Game Awards last year. Because listen, I'm one of those people who never knew about Hades. Like, if I knew about it, I would have been played it because it was on PC. I think most people just didn't play Hades because they didn't know about it. Like, literally prior to the Game Awards, it wasn't on nobody's radar. It was like, it came along and everybody saw it winning an award in every category, and people were like, yo, what is this game that's winning every award? So people started to check it out. As far as it being better than Returnal, or I don't really care. I'm gonna play it either way. I'm gonna like it either way. I understand the comparison. I'm not really concerned if it's better or not. I'm gonna probably like it anyway because it does seem like a good game. But I think that's where the popularity came from and why everybody checked it out, is because it got more publicity.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really talking about the whole popularity as far as which is better or whatnot. I'm just saying, like, the genre in itself, even the media, everybody's making these videos. What's a roguelite? What's a roguelite? When it came to Returnal, but these same people are having Hades their Game of the Year. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's a little bit of.
That's not the fault of the game, though. That's a fault of a thought process on a social basis, though.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm not faulting the game. I think the game is great. I love the game. I'm not faulting the game. I'm just saying that.
To be fair, a lot of people were saying Returnal was their Game of the Year also. So it's not like, there's just this overwhelming amount of praise coming out for Hades that Returnal didn't get as well. The only thing that was really stopping Returnal's praise was that it was crashing people's consoles and bricking saves and all that type of stuff.
People was like, we want it to be easier. They wanted save points. Why you can't have save points? People was questioning, why do I have to start the whole game over when I die? But for Hades, everybody's like, yo, I just love getting better. Nobody was saying that with Returnal. You know what I mean?
That's
I feel myself improving as a gamer.
In Returnal, a lot of people were starting over when it wasn't their fault. The game was crashing. So I feel like that's probably where most of the anger came from.
Yeah, a lot of anger came from that. And plus, Hades, it was on early access, so it did have a lot of testing, and they was listening to the community a lot as far as what they should do when it comes to the loop and all that stuff. So,
I mean, with what Shadow Fox said, yo, I never really understood why it needed this super specific genre of roguelike or roguelite. Because I'm like, as far as I see it, it's just a game. It's just an unforgiving game that doesn't have the typical or conventional checkpoints that other games have. I'm like, why is this? I don't understand. Like, if I had to explain to somebody, I really couldn't explain exactly what a roguelike is.
She just beat Ashley yesterday.
Yo, you're on.
No, the game.
Mike is live.
I think people just want to categorize things.
No, but no, BG's right though, because that's what I was saying about when it pertained to Returnal, and people were saying the sales were good for a game like that, and I'm like, it's just a third person, shooter shooting alien. Sure, it might have its own little quirk of being a challenging game, but at the end of the day, it's something we should know how to play by now. It's something we've done a million times, just with a different challenge aspect to it.
Because when you think about it, Returnal is just a SNES game. That's really like roguelikes are just a SNES game. That's really what it is.
Yeah, I think the only difference is it's just procedurally generated, and I think that tends to be as soon as you throw RNG in there, now it's automatically part of that category. And I'm like, there's still older games that did that too. So I just don't understand the classification, to be honest with you. It's just something, I guess, to help generate hype in the genre, I guess.
And now it has this mystified, cloud over it. Oh, roguelike, and people, look at it like, like it's shrouded in like this mystery of difficulty and challenge and stuff. Like, it's kind of just another game, bruh. Like,
yeah, it's like the new Dark Souls in a way.
Kinda, yeah.
And I'm like, Dark Souls.
They wanted an easy mode,
bro. I don't know what y'all talking about. Dark Souls, Demon Souls, get out of here. This is the same old. Like, play Ninja Gaiden NES. Like, I don't understand why people are talking about games are hard. I'm like, no. Like, if you can save, I don't know what to tell you. And if you have any way to restore your progress, it's not really that difficult. And you can learn the gameplay systems if you've been playing for this long. So it's just, I don't know. People in the vocal minority, they have a megaphone and they're able to say, I don't want to, the dumbest things, and it catches on and becomes popular. I didn't want to say it that way, but
just say the Xbox community. That's all.
I was going to say the gaming press community, but I don't want to get anybody deplatformed here. So
okay, any last thoughts before we move on to the next topic?
It's a great game. Buy it.
Great game.
Definitely. Highly recommend.
Okay,
I wish Jack was here for that topic. He would have had great input.
I do think people who will be saying Returnal is their game of the year do be capping though sometimes. I mean, I really like the game, but I definitely think they capping.
What? Oh, Returnal. I thought you said Hades. My bad.
No, Returnal.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Hades is really well done. I guess my other thing about Hades is I think this is the 4th project by Supergiant, and I really did not. I tried to grow to like the first 2 projects they did, and I did not really like them that well. Transistor was okay, but for whatever reason, Hades spoke to me. So they obviously got it right this time around, and I applaud them for that.
I don't think people capping that got Returnal for the game of the year. I mean, it's mad addicting, to be honest.
Yo, Supergiant games too, they don't miss, man. I for me personally, I love all their games, like music wise, storytelling.
Oh yeah,
like,
that stuff is well done.
They're some of the best, man.
Wait, BG said something interesting. Returnal can't be somebody's game of the year. Do we have a clear game of the year right now? Or he thinks people's capping or something?
I think they overhyping Returnal. Like, come on, like I just listen. I really like Returnal. Like I just can't see. I can't see how you really like. Oh, this is my game of the year. Like,
so do we have a clear game of the year then?
I mean, it's not. I don't think we have a clear one, but there's a couple. You know, what I'm saying?
Returnal's clearly my game of the year. So game far, of the, like, what I played is the most fun I had.
Mine is Resident Evil Village, and honestly, I might even put Death's Door ahead of Returnal. I might even do that.
I didn't play Death's Door, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mine
is Ratchet and Clank.
I feel like everyone's gonna vote for Ratchet and Clank. I think Ratchet has.
I see a lot of people coming around and saying like the more they sit on Ratchet and Clank, they aren't really feeling that game.
They full of shit. They trying to be cool in front of their
well, that's next up for me, and
it's a great game.
I got Ratchet and Clank. I mean, Returnal would have got it for me if it wasn't for like a lot of the issues they had at launch personally. But I mean, again, man, Returnal does deserve it if it gets it. I mean, again, it's a really addictive game loop.
Yeah, mine is currently Monster Hunter Rise, but go ahead, Mocha.
I was gonna say about Returnal, like I know like the hype about it's a difficult game and a lot of people are like into that. But other than that, and I'm not trying to be an asshole, but what did that game really offer? Because from me watching, the character
Replayability.
looked really dry. Like,
You saying
I
it
don't
looks
know.
ashy, Mocha?
The character was just really dry for me. The game was just like really dark. It was just like after looking at it for a while, I don't know. It
It's
looked
just
really
fun.
really boring.
Like,
It has
And
a
it's not
lot.
because it's
It's something you have
difficult.
to experience.
It has
yeah,
a lot of
the gameplay,
replayability.
gameplay is great. I
Replayability.
personally like the
The
story as well. I
weapons.
think the
Yeah,
story
and
has
I'm not like
It's
judging it because
so
I didn't actually play it. I know when you're playing it, it's like a different experience. But there's like other difficult games that you can watch and like it's exciting to watch. Like Sekiro, I love watching people stream that game.
well, it's one of those
Yeah,
games
but
where
yeah, and Dark Souls. I like Dark Souls streams too, but like Returnal just looked really boring. Like I don't know. I feel like a game should be well rounded to be game of the year. It should be good in multiple different aspects
Hey, she said it, J Barry in Persona, not me. So
to
Nah,
be
like
game of
like
the
I said,
year.
I'm
Returnal
confused though.
for
Like
me
what
personally,
does
Returnal has a great story. Like it has one of those thought-provoking stories where it's not going to be just told to you right away. It's kind of like Souls games. You got to figure some stuff out. If you're exploring, you're going to find more stuff within the story. But it also leaves you in like that, oh shit, what's really going on here? Then you beat the real game. It's like, oh damn, so this is what's going on. And you create your own theories or you try to figure out what's going on with it. Like I like games like that or stories like that because it creates
But
like
it had a
conversations.
story. Like to
I'm,
me, it
I'm,
looked like she crashed, she landed, and she was trying to make it back. Like,
but
is
I'm
Gonna
that
say that
really?
happens
but
in
I'm but I'm
Hades
but I'm
too.
but I'm but I'm confused though. Where your thought of this is based off watching the game and not playing it?
Yeah. So I'm not
That
saying
makes
like it's trash. I'm just saying
yeah,
that
but
it
that
just looked, huh?
no, go ahead, finish your thought.
I was gonna say like it just looks really, really boring and dry. I feel like
Oh
most
no, that's
people
the
and
people
like
you
people who
watching
I
over.
know who
That's the
have
people you
played
watching.
it.
Mm.
Okay, anyway. I was gonna say people I know who have played it, to me it seems like the hype for the game is mostly on the fact that it's supposed to be a hard game and you get a lot of cool points when you beat it. So like is it fun? Like is it like a game where
It's
it's
definitely
just
fun.
satisfying to
It's
play?
It's
Or
definitely
do
fun.
you
yeah,
think
Very
the
it's
game
satisfying.
is
definitely
Very
a
good? I'm
satisfying.
like
satisfying
really
fun game.
asking,
It's
like
it's definitely a satisfying fun game because when it comes to the world of Returnal, the 6 different biomes, they just get better the further into the game you go. Like Barry said, the
yeah.
story, and then again, when it comes to the weapons of the game, there's so many different versions and variations of weapons with different mods and different alt fires that it keeps you on your toes. Like I said, with a bunch of different weapons to choose from, there's a larger rare weapons, and then when it
Okay.
comes to the enemies, I mean, the enemies is definitely going to keep you on your toes. Again, especially the further you go into the biomes, especially when you get to 6, with a lot of those octopus style enemies and whatnot. It's definitely, I mean, in my opinion, it's definitely a great game that keeps you
Patience,
engaged.
Okay, because I
patience
was just
definitely.
genuinely
Yeah.
curious. Like I wasn't like trying to take shots or anything. It's just that it kind of looked boring and it kind of looked like one of those games that it's just like a lot of hype for being difficult.
No,
Um,
it's the patience it takes to really like
yeah.
appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Because once you're patient, you build up, your resin, your health, and everything. You really get that really good weapon with a good roll on it, a statistic roll, man. It's like it pays off. You know what I'm saying?
It,
So when
it,
you get to those
Proven
biomes,
in the
Yeah,
game
and
that
no,
hard though.
no disrespect to like people that are saying that, but a lot of people that are saying it's difficult suck.
yeah,
Like I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. Like
that's a fact. That's a
a lot
fact.
of these dudes, or a lot of these people in the community, the game was out 1, 2, 3 days. You got people quitting the game because they kept dying. I'm like, well, how?
Yeah.
Like you never played a game where you kept dying. I remember back in the day, one of the games I never beat as a
Cough,
kid
Tony
was
Polanco.
was Lion King on SNES. I never beat that game. That game made me cry as a goddamn kid because I couldn't
I
beat the
beat that
shit.
game.
Like,
Love it.
listen, man, it's games are like that, man. You're supposed to get better. And with this community, what Returnal exposed is this community's lack of uh is it adversity? Adversity?
Expose the frauds is what it
Yeah,
exposed.
expose the frauds because get better, get good. That's the simplest way,
yeah.
or move on. It's that
Yeah.
simple. Either get
Re-
good or move on.
Returnal did have like a lot of hype behind it. Like it wasn't just a PlayStation fanboy type thing. The main people I see that do hate this game with a passion are, like Persona said, the bums of the community, like Hip Hop Gamer, Kid Smooth, and a bunch of people that are just generally trash in games in general. But I have heard a lot of positive things about Returnal.
Say respectfully, Bladrew.
Respectfully, of course.
You know how you do.
Yeah, because once you learn the loop of Returnal with the enemies, especially
It's
when I
not
was
that
doing
hard.
when I was doing my platinum run and trying to get all the xenoglyphs.
Why you emphasize
man.
platinum? You know what I mean?
Hey, yo, relax, man.
I mean, when I was doing my platinum
run,
I know, right?
You know, I'm just saying, like, you know, when I was doing my platinum run, like, yo, man, I was playing the game so much with the loops. Yeah, I was anticipating them enemies' moves like it was nothing. Especially when you get the power ups and the right mods and stuff on you. It's a great game, man. I don't know. It's a great. I love the game. It really is a great game. And then again, the story. The story is it's not like an in your face type of story. It definitely requires some. It's one of those types of stories where, like, you ever seen a movie where the way it ends, you and your friends or family or whatever, it sparks a conversation after the ending. Like, oh man, what if he does this? What if he does that? What's it? That's the
Yeah, I
type of
get it.
story. Yeah, that's the type of story with Returnal. It's supposed to be something that sparks a conversation.
Okay, let's move on to the next topic. So Phil Spencer is in the news again. This time we have him talking about PlayStation. He went on an interview with Games Radar and he says, "Our strategy is not to be like someone else. I get a push sometimes of, where's your version of that game? I've been in this industry for a long time. I have a lot of respect for creators on all platforms, and I know many of them. But it's good if we're doing something different than what other platforms are doing. We're not in the business of trying to make a green version of somebody else's blue or red colored platform, meaning Nintendo and PlayStation. That's not the example of creativity that I want to see in the games industry." So basically, he doesn't want to make games like PlayStation or Nintendo. He thinks what they have right now is solid. How are you guys feeling about this? And the crazy thing is, I listen to a lot of Xbox podcasts, and during the Xbox One generation, a lot of them were actually rallying and wanting Phil Spencer to make games like PlayStation games for a more mature audience. But I guess he's just not interested in doing PlayStation type of games.
I'm going to point out the irony in that, and that's going to be with their system architects, because for whatever reason, Sony and Microsoft, they obviously talk to the same people, or they obviously know what each other is baking when it comes to making new hardware, because they literally have the same SoC for 2 generations in a row now. So if you're going to say you're not trying to be like somebody else, and Sony vice versa, why is that happening? That's going to be my first question. But I would actually be a journalist and ask that question. So of course they didn't, because it's probably.
I want to make it clear that he's currently talking about first party games here.
Yeah, clearly. But
okay,
still going to hit him.
Here's the thing, man. Phil Spencer run his goddamn mouth too much, man. Like he really do talk too fucking much, man. Listen, man. People are continually asking you this because you are not delivering the quality that people want you to deliver. Look around you. Read the fucking room, man. Like, yo, you got Nintendo doing what they doing, knocking it out the park on all cylinders. Yes, sir. Right? And you got PlayStation knocking it out the park, right? You are the only one of the three. You are the only one of the big three that is lagging behind, or people are at, and the people want this. Not the fanboys, not the Twitter warriors and shit. No, fuck them. We're talking fans. The people want this, because if they didn't, those type of games wouldn't be selling on PlayStation and Nintendo platforms. This is what people want. They're not telling you to be just like PlayStation or just like Nintendo and create games exactly like that. What people want from you is that level of quality, especially with what PlayStation is giving you. They want that level of quality that they are not seeing. So they're going to keep asking you, when are we going to get something like this, something like that? Because that stuff is critically acclaimed. What's critically acclaimed on Xbox as of right now? Nothing.
Gears, that's it.
Flight Simulator, one of the highest reviewed games out this year, now on Game Pass.
All right. I'll give y'all that.
Now on Game Pass.
I give you
I mean, Halo as a franchise.
I give y'all that.
Phil Spencer full of shit, man. Like, he is just like an Xbox guy, yo. He's just gonna say whatever he want to say just so he can feel good. At the end of the day, he knows that he cannot produce those type of games right now because monetarily it doesn't work for the system that Game Pass sets up for it. He's not going to put in 150 million, 200 million into a game like how PlayStation is doing it, just so it can be in the Game Pass like that. You see all those articles that came out just recently talking about, yo, I don't think Game Pass fits with the structure of all these AAA games, 100 and something million. You need all these subscribers. 2 people came out, Sean Layden, I think forgot the other dude name that came out and said that shit. He knows what it is. Phil Spencer knows what it is. He's telling these guys the best way he can. He's not telling them directly, but he's telling them we ain't got it like that. We just bought a goddamn publisher, 7.5 million. You expect us to give you a billion? You expect us to give you God of War type quality games? No, you're not going to get that. You're going to get your Sea of Thieves. You're going to get developed through Game Pass and be happy. That's Xbox.
Back on that, though. They bought 7 AAA studios, though.
I blame the Xbox fans, bro. Xbox fans to blame for that. They just
I
letting
was
that shit
gonna
slide
say
and then hold
that.
them accountable, bro. That's all I know.
I was gonna say like a PlayStation fan and an Xbox fan is different. Like at this point, do you think an Xbox fan would even be willing to pay for a nice single player game? Because they're so used to Game Pass now. They don't want to pay for anything. They want everything to be on Game Pass day one. They don't care what the budget was, how much it costs to make the game, how great the game is or nothing. They want it to be on Game Pass day one. So I mean,
That's why they spent $500 on a console with no shit at launch.
So that much I will say. So they it's just weird. It's weird to say that, you know, in one breath they want to put everything on Game Pass, so everything they're going to release is be cheap. But like they bought like multiple AAA studios, so obviously they're going to spend money on them to develop whatever project they want to be. Now that being said, Mocha just mentioned they probably aren't going to be single player games because Microsoft is multiplayer focused, and if they still want people to come in and say, hey, we have a multiplayer game, the best way to do it is say, hey, on Game Pass you can start for free and do whatever, and then ease them into it, kind of situation. So I don't know. I'm kind of two ways about it. They could definitely do a whole bunch of really big games, but they're probably all going to be multiplayer, and they're going to have some facet where Game Pass is the gateway drug. So I'm pretty sure that's their long-term plan. The only problem is both Sony and Microsoft were not ready to start this generation yet.
I don't agree with that. So I don't have a problem. Look, I don't have a problem with Phil Spencer's statement. I don't think
if you disagree, please just explain your logic to me.
Look, you can I don't have a problem with nothing Phil Spencer said. I feel like this shouldn't have even been a story, but like everything Phil Spencer says, you got to understand. Like some of the stuff he says is stupid, sure, once in a while, right? But a lot of other stuff is just sensationalized and like they hype it up to be something it's really not. All this man was saying, because I'm sure he gets like these constant annoying questions like, hey, when is Xbox gonna get its version of God of War or Last of Us or Ratchet or something like that, right? And he's probably tired of hearing these stupid questions like, listen, we're not gonna give you we're not gonna try to copy and paste a version of those games and give it to you. We're just gonna make our own games. Like of quality now, because, you know, I think the bigger problem was people weren't getting quality games. Not that they weren't getting a version of Ratchet and Clank or God of War. They just weren't getting any quality games at all. So it wouldn't even matter.
BG, quick question.
Or if they made them, they were ignored.
Quick question for you, BG. What does quality entail? What are the two things that a quality game entail?
Hey, man. It's
some type of philosophical question.
That's a deep question, right? See, and I'm gonna sound like a pony, right?
It's not deep to me, but go ahead.
But if someone asked me to point out what quality looks like, hey man, we all know where it's at. That's not being a pony. No, hold on. I would still point at even Nintendo platforms, right? You could point out a bunch of Nintendo games, even though a lot of Nintendo games aren't my cup of tea. I can look at a lot of those games and say that is quality right there. Right? PlayStation games and Nintendo first-party games, they have quality, right? So my whole point is people were only saying, where's our version of this, is because they weren't getting anything good at all in general. I don't think they necessarily want like a God of War Xbox version. They just want good games. And I think Phil Spencer was just tired of asking that question, and he's gonna, y'all gonna, they're doing better than last generation. So that's the whole point. I don't think this was that big of a story.
Yeah, I'm with BG on this one. I don't want Phil Spencer and Xbox to be PlayStation 2.0. And second of all, I think it's just a matter of lack of quality games, because they do have good games, whether it's Killer Instinct, Sunset Overdrive, yeah, I'm drawing a blank here, but they do have good games.
All games, they don't have no
and then
they have Forza, they have Flight Simulator, they got Halo, they got good games. It's just there's not enough of them. For every like high quality game, you got a lot of bad ones that come out. So
Phantasy
I think
Star
there just
Online.
needs to be more
Yo,
of a
Blan-
consistency of quality coming out the Xbox.
Blandrew, what the Xbox community wants, they're not saying that they want God of War or Ratchet and Clank and anything like that. They want the quality type games, right? But what I'm trying to say is that the stuff that Xbox gamers want, Xbox is not going to do. One, you need the talent. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're trying to get the talent. It can be hit or miss. We got to see if those games are going to deliver when it comes talent wise. Two, they need the money. They have the money. Are they willing to put that money into the game development wise? I don't think so, because it doesn't fit the mold of Game Pass. You know what I mean? You're going to need much more subscribers than what you're having right now to fit that mold of you putting that 150, that 200, that 300 million into your games. They're
I
not going to
just
do it.
explain that though. If it's
Let
multiplayer,
me-
use Game Pass as a gateway.
Let me find out if I'm
Gateway to
remembering
what?
this right. But was Sony Phil Spencer trying to raise the price of Game Pass a couple months ago, or was that like Xbox Live or something?
Xbox
Everybody
Live.
was trying to raise their
Xbox
prices
Live.
That was
tried with
Xbox Live?
Live
Okay.
for 120 a
Yeah.
year.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And
because
then
they're trying to
now-
weed people out so they can go on the Game Pass, and it didn't work.
Hmm.
But you were trying to say something, Persona, or
No. You can go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not. I don't think it's that big of a story. Like, yeah, this. You know.
okay?
You're going to see a lot more of those. Like my man said, Shadow Fox said, you're going to see a lot more multiplayer co-op centric games in there where, you know what I mean, it's going to try to keep you within the service. Whether it's going to be quality or not, I don't know. But the sentiment in the community, they don't like service-based games. Anything that have attachment to service-based is already a sin in the gaming community, from what I see. But that's what Microsoft is going to put out. These service-based games. Look what they showed at their E3. They're service-based ass games, man.
Yep.
I think Microsoft is actually catering more towards their PC audience than they are the home console guys, more than anything, honestly.
That's a slap
And
in the
they're
face
kind of
to
just
Xbox
along for the
fans,
ride.
though.
Yeah, they're kind of just along for the ride, and they're catering more towards PC gamers' taste. That's just how I, see
agree
it.
with
Anyway.
that. I do.
That's crazy.
Okay, let's get to the next topic. So help me out here. I didn't get a really chance to like really dive in to see what was going on, but there's something regarding Call of Duty Vanguard.
All the leaks.
Yeah, leaks regarding Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it leaked pictures and the cross bundle and the beta and stuff like that leaked in terms of like when it might possibly be for this year.
Hey, y'all know I don't care about Call of Duty, as far as the multiplayer, that's more Bari and Persona's thing. But they've been just Call of Duty as a whole has been very like shaky as far as their development the last 2 years, because bro, it's about to be September and they have not shown the game. Call of Duty releases every year in October or November. We're about to be in September. And if you played the last Call of Duty, that shit was literally like 3 hours long. Like that, it was clear that that game was rushed, very rushed. It was a 3 hour long game, and it was 3 hours long, and it had optional missions. Okay, something is going on over there with that development.
Yeah, I'm in 100% agree with you, man. Like, I haven't liked the past two Call of Duties, man. They don't have. It's stink over there. I don't know what's going on over there in Call of Duty. You know what I mean? They're getting the fragrance back a little bit with some of the updates and the multiplayer. But yeah, it's kind of spooky that we haven't seen like a single player trailer yet for Call of Duty. That should have been shown already. But I guess we might see something at Gamescom. And I know they tried to with Black Ops Cold War. They leaked it in like Warzone. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's definitely weird. I don't like it, but
I think it's
I'm gonna
because
play
their
it.
focus is I think a lot of their focus really is on Warzone, honestly, because it's crazy, and I've said this before, and that's kind of what turned me off from Cold War for quite a while. But the traditional 6v6 multiplayer that really made COD what it was, especially in Cold War, because Treyarch is considered the darling, if you will, of Activision. And even they, in the beginning, fucked up this game with Cold War. And I'm like, how? Like, Treyarch, you always knock it out the park. And you even messed up. And, when it comes to, like, what they've been doing now, it's a lot of, to me personally, I feel like it's a lot of catering to people who aren't as good. And when you do that, you put these types of things into these games, the people that are good take advantage. And because they take advantage, it breaks the game. Because then the noobs or the ones that aren't good and supposed to utilize this and have a fighting chance, they getting stomped. And then the good players, they almost, it's borderline cheating. And so it turns you off. And then skill-based matchmaking is it's disgusting. It's just a lot of that shit is just wrong.
It's geared towards the casuals in Warzone, bro. That's all it really is, man. That's why the skill-based matchmaking is there, so they can hold these players' hands, man, instead of requiring them to get good at the game. You know what I'm saying? So it's messed up, but that's exactly where it's at.
Yeah.
Battlefield got skill-based matchmaking or not? Y'all know or you don't know?
It seems like it, but it's not as bad as Call of Duty. Because like you still got to carry your squad to a certain extent, but it's not near as bad as Call of Duty, bro. Call of Duty, like you will have to go 45 to 50 kills, and everybody below you will probably be barely at 1 KD. You know what I'm saying? So it's bad.
And skill, I will say, like in Call of Duty, like everybody's skill isn't as weighed in those modes, right? Because in Call of Duty's modes, like, bro, you know, if your teammates don't get no downs or don't get no kills, but they at least capture some points, it doesn't even matter. Like you're still fine. You're still fine, right? And there's so many players in Call of Duty. I mean, there's so many players in Battlefield that like it just kind of like neutralizes itself, right? Within Call of Duty, if you got, you know, if like half your team, which is like 3 people, suck, then you have no chance. In Battlefield, like almost half the team could suck and you could probably still be fine. You have a close chance to still win it.
You got more people playing with you.
Yeah. So.
Call of Duty, like if you got a bad team, good luck, man. You might have to put that thing on your back.
You're gonna end up getting off, bro. You're gonna end up just getting off the game.
Yeah,
And that's why I don't like when games penalize you for leaving lobbies, because I mean, at that point, what do? You know what I'm saying? You just can't stay in there and just lose over and over. But if you keep quitting, then they make it to where you can't play at all.
Call of Duty penalizes you for getting better. That's the worst part. Like that's the worst part. You know,
I think I kind of like the penalties. I think more games need to implement it because
I agree.
Too many people leave in these multiplayer games. Like, you can't finish off a game, man. It's annoying sometimes. Like, you're gonna get washed, but sometimes you gotta get better. You know what I mean?
But sometimes, like y'all just pointed out, it ain't you that needs to get better. It's your team. Like you can play as good as you can play, but if half your team is feeding the other team, there's nothing that you can do, and that's extremely frustrating. So like no one wants to be grouped up with a bunch of people who are trash or who are purposely throwing the game or AFK or like whatever could be going on. You don't want to stay in a lobby like that. So for me personally, when I'm playing the game and I join a lobby and I see fuck shit, I'm going to leave. And if I join another lobby and it's fuck shit, I'm going to leave over and over again until I find a lobby that don't got fuck shit in it. And I don't feel like I should be penalized for trying to find a good lobby. So
it's even worse for objective-based modes too, bro. Like, don't even try to do domination.
That's why
or kill and confirm.
Yeah, kill confirm.
Kill confirm is my favorite mode to play, and you have teammates who are killing but not getting the tags, and then you have the other team recovering the tags, and then you got the one dumbass on your team that think because they got 40 kills that you guys are doing good, but they haven't picked up no tags, and now you're losing. You know what I'm saying?
Domination worse, bro. Domination, they be sitting back getting camos. They don't be doing shit.
Yeah, I think if you're pretty much carrying your team, you have all the right to leave. Like there's no reason that you should force yourself through that stress. Like you need to keep your peace, kings and queens. Okay, keep your peace. You don't got to carry these bums. Yo, I lie to you not. I remember I forgot what game it was. Right, I had more kills than the entire team because I think it was like team deathmatch or something. I had more kills than the entire team put together, and the nigga below me had the nerve to talk shit to me. I was like, no. I was like, nah, yo, you niggas is different. Like, I'm literally got the team on my back. Like, and you niggas got the nerve to talk shit to me like I'm doing something wrong. I got up out of there. I was like, nigga, enjoy this L, because I'm not being a part of it. I have all the right
back
to
when
live.
I played Overwatch, like, yo, there was nothing that made me want to break my monitor more than Overwatch, because you will be playing ranked and your SR will tank bad. Like if you have a bad game, like your SR will tank. So anyone who plays that game knows that no matter how good you are, if your team is trash, you're not going to win. That's a very extreme, like it's heavy on like communication and like flanking, and like you have to play as a team. And if you don't play as a team, you're going to get destroyed. So for someone to literally build up their SR, and then let's say you went solo queuing and you just get put with trash and they're just tanking your shit, should you be penalized for leaving matches with people like that? I don't think you should. Or if you're playing Dead by Daylight and you're in a lobby with a killer who likes to camp the hooks, and you can't even get your teammate off the hook because you got the killer just standing right there in front of the hook, not moving, like, no, I don't want to play with you. I'm about to leave. Or like if you join a game and the killer is not even really playing for real, they're farming, they're trying to cheat and help people get points, and like it's not really even a real game. I don't want to play with people like that. I want to quit. Or even with Friday the 13th, you join a lobby and you got the motherfucker super glitching at the exit, standing on top of the exit so you couldn't kill them, and they would just do that the whole game. Should I be penalized for leaving lobbies for playing with people like that? I don't think so. Absolutely not.
I think what also contributes to a lot of these bums, because there's been an uptick in bumassery in getting these lately, right? There's been an uptick. Like, usually back in the day, like, just like a gen and a half ago, you might have one dude on your team every other game that's complete trash. Okay, no problem. Now you'll join a match in your average random game now, and literally your whole team is acting like they picked up a controller for the first fucking time, right? And I blame free-to-play games for that, because you got to understand there is no barrier now, okay? Because like enthusiasts will drop money for a game, and like they'll probably take the multiplayer a little bit serious now. But now, when there's no barrier, when there's no price barrier, anybody could play. A literal, it could be somebody babysitting their kids and they want to, give their 1-year-old the controller just to mess around. It could literally be somebody who's playing a game for the first time, some bums who don't really, it could be anybody, because there's no barrier now. So free-to-play games are actually contribute to that problem.
I agree with that 100%, man. Because
I'm gonna push back on that one though. I don't know about that. I think it's the fact that gaming has become more popular, period, that is the issue. It doesn't matter that it's pay gated or not. More people are here now. We're talking about 7th generation, where we had almost 300 million console owners now. And now the vast majority of them coming into this generation, there are even more, and all of them are playing online. All it is proportion at this point. There are going to be griefers. They're going to be there. There's nothing you can really do about it. And the more these games are online, the more games get published, the more people buy them, the higher your chances are going to be that there's going to be grief in any match. Now, who we should be complaining about at this point, when we're finger pointing and talking about who has trash online and who doesn't, blah, 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 all of them have trash online. Because if you're doing this and you know this many millions of people are going to be here as you launch on your release date, you should be able to manage these connections with peers as basically like a group policy session if you're managing computers. So you know the history of these users, you know the histories of these users, and you as a user as well, you trust your friends that you're going to go online with more than anything else. If you're going to play a game, say for money or what have you, you're not going to play with a whole bunch of randoms. You're going to play with people you've played online with before, that you friend up with or whatever. So why isn't there a function in place where, say, like, if you play random, you're pretty much just going to group with everybody else random that the computer can find that you've already friended and you've confirmed as trustworthy. That should have already been built in every online infrastructure, especially Xbox. They're talking about all these servers and stuff that they build. Same thing for PlayStation. Our network is so great, and we partnered with Amazon again, even after we got owned on PS3. Like, you should have some type of AI where this matchmaking is happening on that end to combat some of the cheating and combat some of the issues where people are dropping out. And when somebody drops,
saying, like, you should be partied up with people that you've like pre-approved. I feel like
yes,
that would be a complicated thing to do. Like, you know how long it would take to find a match. I feel like it should be skill based or like something where
it supposedly is skill based, but the algorithms or whatever's however they're developing the skill based matchmaking, especially in COD, it's very one sided because
and manipulative.
There's times where you know, if I'm playing or if me and Barry are playing, the rest of the team will be garbage, and the other team will be like, you know, like militant, like on point. And it's like, yo,
Decepticons.
But
and
that's
shit.
because
how do
they're a
you-
team.
No,
Nah,
we're
it's not,
talking,
bro.
no. We're
It's not.
talking other
Yeah.
randoms
You're saying
and like
you're
other
saying
just
randoms,
people.
and all those people are random, and
Teams.
they've never met each other or played each other before.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
you'll
might
come
they
across
might be a
people that's like
team.
2 or
Yeah.
3 people, but you know, you're not coming. You know, everybody that we're going against in Call of Duty isn't a 6-man or 6-person team. That's what I'm
Correct.
trying to say. What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
when you matchmake, period, when they set up the matchmaking, it's very lopsided in terms of skill. Now, obviously, I'm not expecting everybody to be, you know, phase or whatever level, but you know, someone that's aware, and that goes back to something that BG was saying with this whole free to play shit. You know, that I agree 1,000,000% because, you know, with a lot of people, man, they just don't care. And you know, I get it, man. Like, you know, I love gaming. I'm very competitive. So especially when it comes to shooters, I'm extremely competitive. So like, you know, I'm into the game. And like with a lot of these people, man, they just
They
don't
don't care,
care.
man.
They're oblivious and
Yeah.
they just giving them
I'm
kills. And
aware of
it's just
that
like,
part. What
bro,
I'm saying is,
burn
why is
the map.
the matchmaking isn't compensating for that though, and that's a flaw in the programming itself. So why aren't they addressing that? So as
Well,
you do your matchmaking,
the old way of doing things was actually better though. With you know, again going back to COD when it was just peer to peer, and there was no skill based matchmaking. It was
All
better
on
because
it's
you would
still
just
peer to peer.
what I mean is like in terms of like how you find people, because now it's not based on connection, it's based on skill and connection, which throws you into like these crazy lobbies where we're going against people
The
who
higher
are
skill, the worse the
lagging and
connection.
who are lagging, cheating, and it's just it's
Not
terrible.
moving.
That's
Well,
part of
I
it.
being
I
said-
agree. I agree 100% with BG back in the free to play thing, because if you look at a thing like Warzone, right? Warzone right now is plagued with cheaters, and these motherfuckers don't care because they will get banned. And guess what? New account. You know what I
New
mean?
account,
New
yep.
account. Oh, we got the cheats back again, and they're plaguing the community. The whole Warzone community hate Warzone now. Everybody's quitting Warzone because cheating just sacked the whole place. Like, all these cheaters is around here because it's free accounts that don't cost a thing. You know what I mean? And
Wait. I thought they were banning IP addresses. Are they not doing that?
No, I know they.
I will
they
do you
ban
one
off of,
better
like,
if you
I think your email.
if you let me address it. Like, so the issue would be at an infrastructure level, because you know all your clients, you know all the consoles that have been sold. This is your infrastructure, right? What is to stop somebody that has a quote unquote grief account, and you find the system that it's tied to, not banning that account, but making it less likely for you to be matched with randoms?
But it's not fixing the problem.
How is it not? Because as you go and you try to select your quote unquote random matchmaking, the people that are going to grief, the people that have been griefing repeatedly on their console, so they can't just create another account and start again because their entire console is blocked. So when you try to go reach and get your matchmaking, you would never match with that person because they've griefed in the game before.
And you're never gonna find a match because they're just
With
gonna
anybody.
it's gonna put you but it's gonna continue to put you in smaller pools of players. Like
Of
it's
course.
already as bad as it's already bad now with skill based matchmaking. They do some shit with that. You ain't never gonna find no match. And then skill based matchmaking again, it's not just about skill. They're manipulating your ping.
Wait
Like,
a minute. Why
I
do you
got
think that you need a greater pool to get a match?
Because
bigger
that's
pool?
how you
That's how you
Yeah, you
how
find
you
more, you find more
games,
people
bro.
to play.
No. Finding more people to play doesn't mean it's quicker for you to get a match, though.
If you have a
What?
larger, wait a second,
Yes,
it does.
no, stop, wait, no, I let this go on too long. My bad. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? If you have a larger pool of people to choose from, you're gonna find a match quicker. What are you talking about?
Do you know how the algorithm works?
My mans, if you have a larger
do you know how the
pool of
algorithm
people,
works?
explain to me how it works.
So if you're gonna
But
randomize,
before you explain it, just let me know what is your role at Activision as a developer.
I'm sorry. What is your role at Activision as a developer? So what we're doing right now, is a
I
logical
don't work
fallacy.
at Activision. No, I don't work at Activision, but clearly
So
you
why
do.
are you trying to appeal to
No,
authority that isn't in this chat?
I want you to tell the people your role so that we can open our ears, put our thinking caps on, and hear what you have to say.
My role is information technology at
Activision?
insert three at
Activision?
At three.
At Activision?
Are you gonna let me finish, or are you just gonna cut me off?
I need a yes or no. At Activision, yes or no?
Why do I need to be at Activision?
Because Activision develops these games, Sledgehammer.
But the problem
Treyarch.
isn't with Activision.
What's the problem?
What you mean?
The problem is at the
Activision.
network layer and how you. The problem is at the network layer. This is all developers. This isn't just Activision. Why are you? See, that's a logical fallacy.
If that's the case, then Battlefield will be having the same issue.
This is a technical issue that goes across all games, all programs, all computer programs.
Bro, no, it's not.
Actually, yes.
No, we're bringing up a specific issue we have with Call of Duty when it comes to the skill-based matchmaking.
Oh, but this goes across matchmaking on all games, though. This is a problem that plagues a lot of games.
Where are you getting? No. Where are you getting this information from?
What do you mean? This is how a game is programmed. Do you know how a game is programmed?
Okay, I understand that. Where are you getting this? Point me to the information where you getting this from, so that I can learn. I want to learn.
I can start from the beginning and show you a whole bunch of places where you can find resources on how C++ is a language and how you can develop with it.
I understand C++. What I'm trying to say is, when it comes to how networking and all that stuff works within these games, point me to where you're getting this information that every game is all this other shit that you're talking about, so that we all the people
we ain't got to go on that, man. We talking about Call of Duty.
Yeah. But you're questioning me, and you want me to explain.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense.
Do you want me to explain? Do you really want me to explain? Or do you
Niggas talking about Java and C++ and what language they learn.
So, do you want to answer or no?
The bigger the pool of people playing, the quicker you're gonna find a match, and that's just period. Because you ever, when a new Call of Duty comes out,
based on what?
That's logic.
If a new Call of Duty game comes out and you try to play the old one that no one is playing anymore, the pool of people playing that game is smaller, so it takes you longer to find a match. Yes or no?
Okay, I'll explain this in the easiest way I can. Has anybody in here ever used Microsoft?
Before you move to your question, can you answer her question first? Is that a yes or no?
I don't. Say your question again.
Wait, hold on, real quick before we even get to that. Shadow, I'm going to let you.
It already started with confirmation bias because you already arrived at your conclusion before you asked the question. But go ahead, ask your question again.
Wait, Shadow, I'm going to let you finish real quick. But after you do your description, we're going to move on to the next topic. Okay? Because this conversation is going to go nowhere. I know where this is headed.
So nobody wants to know the math of how it works?
You can give your answer right now, but...
Okay. If you've used Excel in any way, shape, or form, like if you've taken a statistics class or anything else like that, you've compared variables before. You've had a pool of numbers where you compare, you can do random or you can do match. Once you do match and you're trying to figure out what value is going to match with what value, you're matching hex values against each other. That's all you're doing over the internet. The smaller your pool is, the easier it is for you to match those values, not greater. The greater that your pool of variables is, the longer it takes for you to find a match.
So you're telling me if I go back to the original Modern Warfare, to World at War, came out 10 plus years ago, and search for a match, I'm going to find a match just as quick as I would if I searched on Cold War today.
No, but what he's bringing up doesn't make sense after the topic we're talking about, because we're talking about skill-based. So if you have a smaller pool in a skill-based matchmaking category, right, it's going to take you longer because it's trying to match you upon the same skill. You know what I mean? Like,
there's no players available. Like, you'll literally be waiting in a lobby, waiting for other players to get out of the game to join your lobby because there's nobody. This argument dumb as fuck.
What's the next topic?
Let's move on. Let's move on. You got super chats or no?
Just keep going.
The argument was about math, but you guys are making it about personal experiences. But go ahead.
I'll do it after the next topic.
No, I mean that's what we talking about, our personal experience.
But I'm talking about games overall and how they're programmed in general. You're talking about Call of Duty.
Program and make games?
Yeah, because that was the
topic.
Moving on to the next topic.
Why are we even having this conversation?
Oh my god, man.
Moving on to the next
topic. If I said no,
topic.
what were you gonna say?
Moving on to the next topic. So we just got an announcement from Kotaku that Rockstar is currently working on remastering Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas coming from Rockstar Dundee, and they're in the final stages of their development. This will also be coming to the Nintendo Switch, which is probably the biggest thing of this whole trilogy, if you ask me. Any thoughts on this?
I mean, I'm buying it. You know, that's
how much of a remake or remaster does this need to be for you?
Oh no, well, here's the thing. So if it's an actual like remake, like they're using all new assets, I saw something that they're making. Like it's going to be like a hybrid remaster, like half new assets, half old. I'm like, I don't know how that would make sense. If it's a remake, I'm buying it. If it's a remaster where it's just a re-release, essentially, I'm not getting that because I could play that right now on Steam, right? So
regardless.
There's no way. There's no way I'm buying the same thing. It's literally the same thing. It's no different than you buying it on Steam.
But it'll look better. Like
it probably won't.
Because when you go back, like, man, I was gonna go back and try to play San Andreas, but it just looks so bad. I can't, bro. Like, there's no way.
If it's a remaster, it's not really gonna look that much better, in my opinion.
I mean, it's better than nothing, and that is a game like that was like a huge part of my childhood. So if they like remake that, remaster that, spin it in any kind of way, I'm gonna check it out. I'm excited for it. Yeah, I'm getting it regardless.
I mean, for me, the jury's still out, man. Because I need to see it first. Because if we just talking like a PC port of this game with just a quick little touch up, I'm good, man.
Yeah, these are PS2 games, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I would want a significant touch up.
Yeah,
like,
I want something
buying
very
old games
significant.
deemed bad at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wondering.
Yeah. I mean, the internet told me that remakes and the original games are the same thing, and I asked them, okay, well, if it's the same thing, why don't you just play the original game? Why do niggas buy remakes? If it's the same thing, that's that's what people told me. That's what I'd be wondering.
I would prefer a remake, but
100% remake for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, Shadow Fox, are you considering picking up this or no? Because this is one of the most requested third-party games to ever come to a Nintendo platform.
Which game? I'm sorry.
Grand Theft Auto 3, San Andreas, and Vice City.
Oh, the rumor.
Yeah.
No, I have that game too many times. And I have the GTA 5 too many times. So probably not.
Okay.
I wonder if they remake the third one, like a full remake. Will he actually talk? Like, because the character, he didn't talk. Like, I never understood that.
You know what's crazy? Clyde, he didn't talk, and he was still better than Nico from GTA 4, who talked too damn much. Man, he's a way better character and never talked. I don't know how that works, but I digress. Go ahead.
Yeah, I never played a Grand Theft Auto game. When they first came out, I was like a kid and I wasn't. Yeah, I was never allowed to play them when they first came out. My parents were like that type of family. They monitored everything that came into the house. So I think I might actually.
From the hood.
No, I'm from the cold, mean streets of Buffalo, New York. But I later then came to Arizona. But I might support this game on the Nintendo Switch to seeing how they do by the Nintendo fans first. We'll see.
That performance is gonna be horrible.
I can't believe you didn't grow up on GTA. So like that whole era you missed out. That's wild.
Well, I'm not too like going back to games isn't a hard thing for me. I'm not BG, but if they do right by Nintendo gamers, I will buy this game just to show my support.
Okay. Are people gonna cap like See, the thing about GTA, those old GTAs is, because of the controls, it's actually easier to play on mouse and keyboard right now than it is on controller. I'm just gonna point that out.
I'm sure they would probably if they do a remaster for this, I think they'll definitely clean that up quite a bit.
Yeah, they'll change the controls
just to make it, especially if it's coming out on next gen consoles as well. I can definitely see them cleaning that up.
They're not gonna do shit. They're gonna give you the same game and y'all gonna buy it.
I can't see Rockstar doing that. I really can't see them just re-releasing the game.
Even they couldn't get away with that. Like
I can't see them doing that.
Get away with it.
Well, in this rumor also, they were saying that the Grand Theft Auto 5 remaster was coming out November 11th. Is there supposed to be like any changes or something going on with this game, or what's going on?
I mean, it's supposed to be PS5 upgrades, if I'm not mistaken. Like, next gen upgrades. I mean,
I just saw it runs at 4K 60. It runs at 4K 60 on both Xbox and PS5. That's what I saw.
Ah, okay. Y'all buying it?
4K BJ?
Absolutely,
no.
Absolutely
no,
not.
Buying that.
I'm not buying that shit.
Bro, I know y'all buying it, man. Everybody
buying
not buying Grand Theft Auto.
Barry, cut it out. Nobody buying that. Nobody buying that.
Yo, y'all gonna buy that joint, bro. I'm telling you, y'all gonna buy it.
I'm not buying that, man. Nope.
Which GTA did y'all enjoy the most?
Vice City was mine.
San Andreas and
San Andreas probably.
Yeah, Vice City.
See, I'm torn. I feel like Vice City had better missions. but I like playing San Andreas more because like in every other game, your character couldn't even swim. So
That 80s down in Miami vibe was crazy on Vice City. So
anything but 4. Anything but 4 is a good
San
game.
Andreas
I didn't play
gameplay
4.
loop was,
Oh,
was
I love
cool as
4,
hell.
man.
Consider
4 is
yourself
great.
lucky. The game is horrible.
Well, if this game comes out at the right time of the year where there's not much I'm going to be playing, which is, impossible on the everlasting summer of gaming known as the Nintendo Switch, where we're going to have exclusives every single month, I might pick this game up. I'll be going out of town on a plane soon, so Grand Theft Auto on a plane sounds pretty interesting to me.
Put your headphones on,
Exclusives.
man.
I remember those. They used to only come out on one platform. And that's it. That's amazing.
Are we gonna see Bladrew tied up on a plane? They gonna tie that man up playing the Switch.
Messing up the frequencies of the plane. So Jay Barry, help me out here. What's going on with Blue Box and Abandon?
Hey, yo, I'm the last person to ask for this shit.
Oh man, I don't even want to talk about this.
I know I didn't plan on talking about this, but they're in the news again, so we have to talk about it. Blue Box and Abandoned. I saw something about feet walking across a creaky floor or something. What's going on, Jay Barry?
All right, listen, I don't know really what's going on with this game or who this developer is. People making these accusations or all this crap about it's Kojima, it's really Kojima, this is Silent Hill. I told people from the rip when I saw this game, the trailer, yo, don't put too much time into this. I don't know who these people are. I'm hearing that these guys never completed a game. Every single game they tried to make was canceled. At the end of the day, they had us download this app where they uploaded a clip on Twitter, and they claim that this app had like some issues with the update that we're supposed to get on I think it's like 3:00 or one day. And when they found 3 days later, when everything finally went through, the patch went through, it's the same clip that they uploaded from Twitter that we had to wait for to watch. I don't know too much about this game. I'm not even excited about this crap. I know more PlayStation people are because they want Silent Hill. I never played Silent Hill. I'm sorry, I'm a fraud. But
no, wait, hold on. Let me address that real quick. Don't need to be ashamed or anything about not playing Silent Hill. That is
Most
clearly
people
an internet.
It's not my genre. It's not my genre.
It doesn't even have to be your genre. It's just an internet narrative that people like to say they play to seem cool to their gaming peers online.
Bro, that's a fact, man. Because I know for a fact a lot of these people
Most
they just
people
want to be a
didn't
part
play
of it. They want to be a part of the conversation. With this,
Yeah,
with
this
this
goes-
Roblox shit. They trying to
this-
fit in. Man.
This goes back to
You gotta
Legend of
play at least
Dragoon.
one.
This goes to Shenmue. This goes to Silent Hill. A lot of internet narratives going on. But continue, Jay Barry.
No, I'm done. I really and truly, I don't want to give them no light, or I don't want to talk about this. I don't know this dude. What's his name? Imran Khan. I don't know the dude's name, man. You know what I mean? This just is fraudulent activities. I don't know why the PlayStation Nation even given any attention towards this game or this developer. It's weird. Like they've been conning people for months. This app been delayed for months, and they couldn't even get it right when it's supposed to hit. You know what I mean? So this is the stupidity at its finest, in my opinion, man. Anybody that's hyped for this or even got that app downloaded on their PS5 still, you're full of shit. You know what I mean? It's crazy to me, in my opinion.
Jay Barry, do you have Blue Box blocked on Twitter right now? I've seen you block Xbox for
absolutely.
lesser things.
Absolutely, they blocked. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yo, they
like
had
them
us
for the
wait
trolling.
They had us wait 3 days for the same trailer they showed on Twitter. 4-second trailer. Nah, man.
And
You're
for that,
getting
I
blocked.
applaud them. That is amazing. That's a lot of trolling.
Wait, Shadow, have you been following this Abandoned thing?
Yeah, that was hilarious to me. That they did
All right,
that.
talk to me, good brother. What are you thinking?
Well, they're jumping on top of the whole. They're following the entire spiel there. So everybody keeps talking and making rumors saying, "Hey, this game is going to be this type of game or whatever, or it's going to end up being a Kojima game," and nobody really knows. It's the last minute kind of situation, and they're trolling the internet, going along with it, saying like, "Hey, I heard that this might end up being a Silent Hill game, and nobody really knows," kind of situation. They're retweeting people talking about Silent Hill. They're doing the most basically to drum this up, knowing full well what kind of project they have. So I kind of think it's funny that they're pushing the issue and basically trolling people. It's free marketing, so why not? I think it's ingenious actually. So I mean, whether or not it ends up being what people want it to be is left up to them, but it's genius marketing for them. I think the marketing team is doing a good job. The developers themselves, probably not, but that'll come to pass, I guess, in the future.
Okay.
But big
BG,
win for them.
we've discussed this many times, but How are you feeling right now?
I don't care about this. I don't think. Listen, I don't think this game is what they're teasing it to be. Or okay, I don't think this game is what they're saying it is. Like pretending to say what it is. Like, oh, we're just some indie studio. This is some small project we're making. I don't believe that, right? But I also don't believe that what they're kind of hinting to us, or manipulating people to believe that it's also something bigger at the same time. I think they're lying both ways. I don't think this is some Kojima project anymore, or some Silent Hill thing, but I also don't think they're an indie studio. I think it's something else at this point.
I don't think Kojima would reveal Silent Hill, or even just his next game in general, in this way. I think it would be more on a grand stage than just, trolling on Twitter. So I don't think this is Silent Hill at all. No disrespect to Wonton, my favorite PlayStation insider, but I think he might got this one wrong. But Mocha.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was a AA game, and then they're just doing this to get as much run out of it as they can.
Yeah. Mocha, you got any thoughts about this or no?
I'm not really interested in it, to be honest.
Okay. Let's move on to the next topic. Hey, Shadow Fox, you still here?
I'm still here.
Damn,
Okay.
you missed me, man.
Oh, wait, my bad, Persona. You and Jay Barry, the Wonder Twins of the YouTube gaming community. I just mix you guys up sometimes. What do you have to say about this?
With the twins. I mean, I feel a part of me still feels bad for Blue Box, because I definitely think it's not Silent Hill. But if it is Silent Hill, then obviously the community is gonna love it. But if it's most likely not Silent Hill, that game, I don't care. It doesn't matter what it is. It's DOA. It's dead. It's dead on arrival. And they have nobody to blame but themselves. And I don't like that whole cat and mouse stuff that they was doing. So they definitely turned me off a long time ago. So whatever it is, it ain't getting supported by me. So it's an L all around.
I don't think it's Silent Hill. Like, how long have people been waiting on this game? Like, it feels like a decade. Like, I don't know.
My whole thing is, I think it's extremely I'm not with Persona on the fact that he feels sorry for the developers. I think they deserve any hatred that is coming their way right now. I think it's extremely disrespectful to fans of Silent Hill and fans of PlayStation to be just given like a toy dangling it in front of your face just for it to be nothing. That would be like if Sony was to come out here and start putting monkeys all over the place. Yo, man, we got monkeys, we got nets, and then nothing comes out of it. You're toying with my emotions right now. I've been asking for Ape Escape 4 for generations, and I'm not getting anything. I would block PlayStation on Twitter for that. You might see some type of video of me running over my PlayStation 5.
With the DualSense too?
With the DualSense. I'm gonna buy an extra DualSense just to run that one over too.
As you should.
But let me get on. I wanted to talk to you about Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Shadow Fox. How many hours did you put into Xenoblade Chronicles 2?
Oh, God. More hours than a lot of people have played a lot of games. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I put in over 600. Xenoblade Chronicles X, I'm nearing 1,000 now. And the original Xenoblade Chronicles plus the future connected remake, whatever, I'm pretty close to about 600 between those two as well. So, yeah, a lot of clocking.
What are you doing? You just sitting in the world?
No, those Xenoblade games do have a lot of content. Go ahead, Shadow.
There's a lot of content in those games. I hear a lot of talk from people that have never played these games to say these games are barren. They are not. They are very dense.
So Shadow Fox, we just had an interview from Jenna Coleman, the voice actor for Melia from the original Xenoblade Chronicles, on a YouTube channel named Den's Meteorite, and she said, when was the first game? 10 years ago? It was a long time ago. I did it pre-Doctor Who days, and when they did the second one, they asked me to come back. And I think they're going to do another. Common knowledge? Don't know. Yeah, I think they're going to do another one. Not sure if I'm allowed to say that. So what are you anticipating going into Xenoblade Chronicles 3? No spoilers, though, by the way. What are you anticipating? What are you hoping to see? Any changes you would like to see addressed from Xenoblade 1, 2, or X going into this game? Talk to me.
I'm anticipating the voice actress from Pyra and Mithra to also screw up and make a tweet or a leak, and then we'll know exactly what this game is. But right now, at this point, is from the rumors apparently, is gonna be right after 2. Well, some many years after 2, similar to what what Torna was 500 years before 2.
Yeah.
And it's going to be that same character loop and trying to figure out what happens after that. But those games are linked, and at some point they're going to get to how and why they're linked. So that's why I'm holding out hope that we're going to hear a little bit more information as far as what happens, and since Melia's voice is going to be in there, that maybe at least those 2 games will be linked, and we'll find out what happens with X as well.
Because again,
at least the rumor.
Yeah, because the high end Tia, which was Melia, they can exist for thousands upon thousands of years. She was like 89 in the original Xenoblade Chronicles, but she looked like a teenager. And then we got all the blades that more or less they're invincible as well. So I'm happy for
to a Telethia as well. So
yeah, I'm happy for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. But if it's gonna be like 500 years in the future, that's kind of disappointing. I kind of wanted to see the human cast. Well, there is a way they can expand. Have these characters be in Xenoblade Chronicles 3, but we're not going to get into spoilers. But if they're not, I would really like to see the human cast play more of a role in Xenoblade Chronicles 3, because I loved the cast of Part 1 and 2 a whole lot. But
yeah, 2 of those people could still return, but we'll see.
Yeah. J-Barry, you played Xenoblade Chronicles, right?
I played 2. I didn't play the first one.
Okay, you're not a fan of the combat system, are you?
No, I'm not saying I'm not a fan of the combat system. I honestly didn't really put any real time into the game per se. I only got like 10 hours in it or something like that.
Okay, I get you.
It's a much longer game, so I don't really want to like. I haven't really.
No, I get you. You don't. Yeah.
I'm trying to. You don't know what not to like, really, because you get to the point you're not really having fun. Probably the first 10, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I like the setup. I like the premise. I heard the first one is really amazing. So we'll see. We'll finish this one, and I go to the first one. We'll see.
Okay. I want to talk about NPDs right now. It's something we don't really talk about anymore because when Nintendo dominates, the internet likes to stay quiet. But we're going to talk about it today.
True.
So some of the highlights coming from the the NPD was that the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword was #1 game of the month of July. The PlayStation 5 led the hardware market in dollar sales, but the Nintendo Switch came out and continued to do its thing, dominating the competition and selling the most consoles. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War was the 2nd best-selling game of July and remains the best-selling game of the entire year. Monster Hunter Stories 2 was the best-selling game of the month and more than tripled the sales of the original game back on 3DS. I haven't gotten to this game yet, but I've heard it's an amazing game from the people that have played it. And lastly, MLB The Show 21 has surpassed Resident Evil Village and has become the best-selling game of the year in the US. And that's kind of what I want to talk about right now. The power of Game Pass.
Power of the show, man.
Yeah. So, J-Barry and Persona, we're seeing a lot of positive things coming out of the MLB The Show series since it's made its way to the Xbox.
Is that US or worldwide?
US. It's the 2nd best-selling game of the year in the US. NPD only counts, US.
Yeah, that ain't it.
PG, quit downplaying the power of greatness known as the Xbox.
If you would have told me MLB The Show outsold Resident Evil worldwide, then that's something. But US, come on, that ain't.
I don't even think it's the power of Game Pass. You know what I mean? People
is
on
Resident
Xbox
Evil really moving like that in Japan anymore?
No, MPD counts US like exclusively. It doesn't count Europe. It doesn't count Japan. Just US.
Yeah, but he was talking about comparing the worldwide. But I don't think Resident Evil is really pushing like that overseas.
Well, that's not the only part I'm thinking about. I mean, there's UK. There's plenty of other parts of the world. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It used to be real big in Japan.
Resident Evil pretty popular though.
Yeah, and I think didn't Resident Evil worldwide do like 8 million or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I know it's 6 to 8.
good.
That's last time I saw. So
Yeah,
but go ahead about MLB the show that people claim they play. Go ahead.
That's a good game. It's running right now on mine.
Yeah, I don't even think it's the power of no Game Pass. People on Xbox just wanted a baseball game with quality. You know what I mean? Hint quality. Where it finally came to the platform, so they're going to buy it. I don't think nobody really in Game Pass is buying MLB. They're probably playing it through Game Pass, but they're not buying it. This is sales that they're talking about. They're not talking about this.
And you fell right into my trap card, J-Barry, but go ahead.
What's your trap card? Go ahead.
My trap card is when games are in Game Pass.
Settle down, Skybo.
Go ahead.
When games are in Game Pass, we always get this narrative that nobody's gonna want to go out there and buy games. They're just gonna whenever they say I'm just getting a little taste of a game in Game Pass, like a little appetizer. I'm not gonna buy this game. I've done everything I needed to do. There's no reason for me to go out there and buy this game. But Xbox had did a big part of getting MLB on top.
No,
I don't think.
No, I got a trap card. Counter your trap card, Bladrew. You full of shit. Hold up, because PlayStation just can't. The difference between Xbox and PlayStation actually brings factual numbers to the board because they said that.
Oh, but okay, go ahead.
MLB, I think it sold 2 million, but they said they had 4 million users that are accounts that played the game or whatnot. Yeah, that's through the power of Game Pass. But what you're talking about here is actual sales. You know what I mean? So that people are there's more people buying the game because it's on another platform now, which is not a slant or anything. That's a good thing for the game. But saying the power of Game Pass, people are playing MLB more. But as far as the sales, it's just Xbox never had a baseball game that good, so they're going to buy it.
Yep.
You got something you want to say, Persona?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely don't think Game Pass can really be, nothing against Game Pass, but it really can't be utilized here when it comes to the MPDs. It has no standing in any regard because one, no one's really buying the game in Game Pass, and two, digital sales aren't counted. So this is all physical.
Yeah.
So, and again, we know the actual numbers from PlayStation. What's the numbers from Xbox? The world will never know. In terms of sold, who sold, physically sold. What's the numbers on Xbox? Nobody can tell. So, before we give, Xbox and those fans over there a pat on the back, let's get the actual numbers. Until then, this is PlayStation gamers doing. Yeah, who's the numbers say that? 2 million on PlayStation. This is PlayStation gamers doing what they. This is PlayStation gamers doing what they do, going out and supporting games.
We saw them return. We saw them pathetic, abysmal Returnal sales numbers. So I'm gonna need you to slow that down.
When it came to Housemarque, that's their highest selling game.
I'm about to Dark Magician on you because that's a new IP. For a new IP, that's great. When you have to look at the track record, especially with Housemarque, right? A lot of games that Housemarque have sold maybe 150, 200. Creating a AAA indie level style game, high quality for $70 and getting almost 600,000 people. That's great for them. When you look at the track record of their games, that's great. And then when
let me activate my trap card then. There was a game by the name of Arms that came out for the Nintendo Switch back in the month of April. Excuse me, was it April? Like May or something. When the Switch only had 4 million users at its time, and it was able to do over 1 million in a month.
Mm-hmm.
So it's.
No, you can't compare Nintendo platform or what they're doing with PlayStation because Nintendo, you're not getting as many games as you can get on the PlayStation.
Not only that, but Arms was bundled. There was an Arms bundle too for the Switch when the Switch first came out.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
So first of all, okay, two things, right?
You got to come in with a trap card, BG.
Niggas, I'll play a Magic card. I ain't playing no trap card. First. I'm gonna play Darkhold. That's a Magic card. It's not trap, right? Anyway, niggas really want me to believe, right, that this service called Game Pass, which only exists because Xbox dudes weren't buying games, right? So they get a service where almost for nothing they can play a whole bunch of games. So, and you mean to tell me after they get
I don't
this
accept
service,
that premise, but I'll let you finish. I don't accept that premise, but I'll let you finish.
That's what I absolutely believe. So you mean to tell me these dudes weren't buying games in the first place? So they get a service to help to make y'all play more games, and y'all want me to believe now niggas is suddenly buying more games. How does that make sense to anybody? Okay, they weren't buying games before. You give them a service to get all these games for a low price, essentially free. Now you telling me these niggas buying more games? No, that's a lie. They're flubbing and twisting all of this nonsense. It's like when they telling us that because of Game Pass, people are playing more games. Well, that's obvious. You're giving them this huge library. You know what they won't tell you? How many of those people are actually beating the games? You know why? Because that would completely destroy the numbers. Okay? They don't want to tell you that part.
A lot of people will be exposed if you put that number out. I think a lot of people on a lot of platforms will be exposed if you put that one out. Because a lot of people don't finish games, period. That just goes without saying. But I will say this: they're doing Game Pass because they're trying to push Project X Cloud, and that's not a suggestion. That's a must from their overlord, Satoru Nadella, because he was the pioneer of Xbox Cloud. Well, he was the pioneer of cloud at Microsoft, period, and he wanted Xbox to die 10 years ago. So this is the only way Xbox is going to go forward without being literally killed. So they really have no choice. They're going to do Game Pass. They're going to do Project X Cloud. So that's my only pushback for that. The only other thing I have is a thought experiment. If the numbers came out next year and MLB The Show releases next year on all platforms and it sells more on Xbox, what is your response?
We'll never
That
know.
would never happen.
If it does, what is your response? That's a thought experiment.
I can't answer hypothetical, alternate dimension shit. That would never happen.
You just made a hypothetical. You just said Game Pass is happening because people aren't buying games. I already told you a real good reason why Game Pass is here.
Bro.
Oh, no,
okay,
that's a hypothetical too.
Wait. But the numbers also show that people on Xbox weren't buying games. We look at last generation, a lot of the third-party games that were coming out. Hold on. You look at a lot of the third-party games that released between both consoles, the sales were much more between last. Hold up, between
does correlation equal causation though? Does correlation equal causation?
We're not getting into this philosophical,
No, that's just logic, dude.
And then the other thing is, when you look at now games that aren't releasing in Game Pass that are coming out, the sales again on PlayStation and Xbox. It's no fight. Like they're not selling.
Is it not possible that games are not selling as well on Xbox and Microsoft had no choice but to go to Game Pass? Is it not possible that both of those things were going to happen at the same time no matter what? Is that not a possibility?
No, the games weren't selling.
Oh, it's not?
And the games weren't selling, and they had to figure out a way to keep getting money from Xbox fans so that they can keep that division of
MLB The Show wouldn't outsell. First of all, listen, I'm not an MLB The Show fan. I tell PlayStation dudes they don't even buy the game. Like that game does not sell well. PlayStation niggas don't even buy it. Okay, now you mean to tell me like then this hypothetical situation in a world where you've conditioned
where you
Xbox
say it's connected
dudes,
to game sales? Yeah, that's a hypothetical situation.
You've conditioned Xbox dudes to not buy games anymore. There is no way you're going to get them to go the other way now. These dudes won't buy Death's Door, which is $15. There is no way you are going to get them to buy anything 50 up anymore. It's over.
They don't
want
to pay for shit.
Same time, it's also important to remember to try and separate Twitter from reality. Because look at Skyward Sword dominating the competition. That was a game the internet came down on, but the average person still showed up and supported Skyward Sword.
That's not the same. Only
is
because
still selling for $60 after being on sale for $40.
But the reason why that's different is because Nintendo fans are the most loyal fans on earth.
They didn't show up for the Wii U.
Exactly. Listen, even they have, but even like certain games, even certain games on the Wii U sold really well. Like
for the people that were there, yes.
Yeah, but Nintendo fans are the most loyal fans. That's just fact, bro. That is fact. Y'all are the most
Wii U
loyal.
exists, man. Virtual Boy exists. I don't know. I think if it's popular, it's popular. That's what it is.
Nintendo fans are the
Gaming
most loyal.
press killed Wii U, man.
Xbox dudes is not out here trying to buy no more games, bro. After y'all told them they don't have to.
I'll say this: the comments about Nadella not wanting Xbox to be a thing and about moving forward to cloud are as old as 2008. I can show you guys the articles after we're done with this, but Microsoft has been on what we would call death's door for over a decade now.
Ooh, nice wordplay.
So so them going to cloud is not something that's just all of a sudden, hey, look at our game sales for Xbox One. They were already having this conversation well before the Xbox One launched. That much I will say. So
And
I mean, you can say what you say about game sales. That's fine, but I don't think if that was the case, it was game sales probably from the original Xbox until now.
I think it does have to do with game sales because as we've seen with the Xbox One generation, they deviated from actually announcing their game sales, their console sales. They moved away from that, whereas now it's all about engagement and all that stuff because they want everything to look good in front of their investors. So I think Game Pass did kind of came in because games weren't selling as much. The console wasn't selling as much, and they needed a way to keep Xbox alive because Phil wanted to keep it alive.
Microsoft isn't Nintendo though. Microsoft is part of a global conglomerate, man. They hide all the losses from Xbox in their game and services division. A lot of their investors don't even see that stuff.
That's what
wait. Let me address Jay Barry real quick because Sony.
Go ahead.
Sony doesn't announce the sales of a lot of their games either, unless it's like one of the main AAA games, like a Ghost of Tsushima or
Returnal that you said flop. Why did they announce that, Bladrew, if it wasn't something to boast about?
No, it's a pathetic.
Bladrew, why did they announce Returnal sales if it wasn't something to boast about, sir?
I'm trying to address your point, but I'm getting cut off here. Like
I'm sorry, my bad.
Okay, I'm running the podcast tonight.
I'm going to my corner. My bad.
Yeah, okay. But my whole thing is Sony, they did that one, like you guys like to say about Nintendo, whenever Nintendo does something good or Nintendo game sells, it's Nintendo. It's an anomaly. That doesn't count. Lightning in a bottle. Yeah. It's Nintendo. So, but before that, we didn't get the sales for Death Stranding. I don't think we got the sales for Days Gone. We didn't get the sales for Concrete Genie. We didn't get the sales for Medieval. It was only unless those games were The Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know if Final Fantasy counts, but we'll count Final Fantasy and the main AAA third-party games where we starting to see Sony announce the sales. This whole 10 million Ratchet and Clank and Returnal came after like 2 years of silence.
Yeah, but
you're still behind Animal Crossing.
You're still getting something from Sony, where Xbox, when it came to like 360 and everything, they used to announce their game sales. They used to announce their sales. That's why I'm telling you, I agree with BG and what he's saying when it comes to Game Pass, because people wasn't really buying their games, and they're coming up with a way to keep Xbox irrelevant. And Game Pass is that gateway drug to keep Xbox relevant. People are gonna play on the games on the console because now you have this service that is an easy cost of entry and you can play all these games. You know what I mean? That's why it's there.
That would be fine.
Look at a game like Sunset Overdrive, right? Sunset Overdrive came out. Everybody in here hype up Sunset Overdrive. That game bombed sale wise on the Xbox when it came out. You know what I mean? And they had a free weekend for that game and they still didn't download the game. You know what I mean?
That's a problem though. Like, if what you're saying is true, that means that Microsoft on a daily basis is chasing trends of what the customers are doing. They have a long-term plan. They hire project managers. There is no way that they're reacting day and date on what they see as far as sales-wise. Yes, they already have a plan to adjust to that accordingly ahead of time.
So you think
a year before the game launches.
So if Xbox games were selling as well as PlayStation games, do you think there would still be this big push towards Game Pass?
Yes, they have no choice. They weren't making profit, period. Their games aren't profitable. Their system isn't profitable.
But I just said to you, if they were selling, if games were selling as good as they do on PlayStation, would they still make that push?
No, because even PlayStation isn't really selling profitable either.
Wow, okay, I'm gonna fall back on this.
But you just made my point. That's why Game Pass exists.
Exactly.
Yes, so they can sell profit because that's where he wants to go, to cloud. Cloud is profitable. You can license it to everybody.
Yeah, because Xbox dudes weren't buying games. That's all we were saying. Xbox dudes were not buying games.
But it's not because Xbox dudes weren't buying games. It's because Xbox as an entire project was not profitable. Not only were the games not selling well enough to make them profitable, the consoles were sold at a loss as well. That's just bad business.
I want to look at,
but that goes to everything that everyone was just saying here.
Go ahead, Bladrew.
I want to look at the Xbox One generation because I don't think that's fair to judge Microsoft and say this is Microsoft when, to be fair, like a lot of the games that came out for that generation didn't cater to the core Xbox fan. Shadow, I know you like Killer Instinct, but the core Xbox fan is not going to care about Killer Instinct. When Scalebound was a thing, they weren't going to care about that. They weren't going to care about Recore. They weren't going to care about, even Cuphead barely. They weren't going to care about maybe Crackdown, but there was a lot of games that came out in that generation that just didn't click for the core Xbox fan. And not only that, the console was like, I want to say the PS4 sold almost 3 times as much as that. So it's kind of unfair to compare multi-plat sales or whatever to the Xbox One when the install base is so much different. I know you guys are going to probably try to throw Nintendo into there, but again, they're an anomaly. So, you know, it is what it is.
You just defending.
I'm just saying that all those consoles are sold at a loss. Sony has operated at a loss as well. Both Microsoft and Sony lost $8 billion in the 6th generation.
Where are you getting this from?
I'm sorry, the 7th generation. Oh, there's an actual article. I can link the article.
They definitely did.
They held the L. 360. So 360 and PS3 put them in a hole. So Microsoft continued operating out of the hole. Sony operated out of the hole until PS4 took off, and then Sony became profitable because they were able to manufacture and resell the PS4 at a profit at some point and sell games at a profit. And at the end of the PS3's life, they were selling mad games towards the very end. So Microsoft, on the other hand, is selling games at a loss, selling hardware at a loss, and their execs are seeing this, and they saw it from 2001, really, and they have wanted to kill the project since then. So, I mean, you can't just tie it to just games. It's a whole lot of issues. This console has been a Dreamcast from day one, and it just happens to be that the company that built it is one of the richest companies in the world. Those are facts.
Mm-hmm. Any last thoughts before we move on to the next topic?
Nope, you can go ahead.
Okay, anybody here watch the Nintendo Indies Direct or no?
I made it through it. I watched it.
Okay, I'm gonna just go down the lineup here. Stop me if there's anything in particular you want to talk about. Bomb Rush, Cyberpunk, Toem, Loop Hero, Necro Barista, Final Pour, Far Changing Tides, Garden Story, Boyfriend Dungeon. We had an Axiom Verge 2 shadow drop, which was pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah, Shovel Knight Pocket Edition, Islanders, Metal Slug Tactics is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Tetris Effect Connected is coming to the Switch. Eastward, Astroneer, 100 Days, Slime Rancher Portable Edition, Lumberjack, Curious Expedition 2, and Gang Beasts. Anything you want to talk about there, Shadow?
No, Tetris Effect is a good game. If anybody hasn't played that, you need to go play it.
Mm-hmm.
And
I actually got a VR for that to play.
Yeah, that's really a game. Axiom Verge, if you like the first game, obviously, I'm pretty sure, unless they do something really, really bad, Axiom Verge 2 is probably going to be pretty good as well. And the very first game is, I can't remember the name of it, but it basically looks
Bomb
like
Rush Cyberpunk.
Yeah, because it looks like Jet Set Radio Future. That looks pretty cool to me. That scratches an itch for me.
Mm-hmm. Nintendo also got that game exclusively for a week, which is weird, but whatever.
Really weird. But other than that, no, I didn't really see. It was just them trying to appeal and give a whole bunch of different indie type games to a massive audience, which I get, because they can't just say, hey, here's more Zelda clones or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense.
Okay. And we got some rumors coming out of PlayStation land. We got 3 rumors coming out. Let's start with one. Wipeout. According to Nick Barak, whatever, host of Xbox-era, he says there is also a new Wipeout game in development for the PS5 and the VR2 parts of the XDev project, whatever that is. And it's something supposed to be developed by Lucid Games, the creators of Destruction Derby All-Stars Battle Royale. I'm going to keep it real about the Wipeout
I'm pretty
series.
sure. Is Derby really in that game's name?
I don't know. Destruction Derby All-Stars. But I think Wipeout is trash. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I like classic PlayStation, but when it pertains to their racers, even just in the realm of PlayStation, I'm not even talking F-Zero, Fast RMX and things, but, Gran Turismo, MotorStorm, Jet Moto, Mott Nation Racers, Connecticut. I think Wipeout is at the very bottom of their racing list. Maybe just over Little Big Planet Kart, but Wipeout, I did not find any enjoyment out of that whatsoever. BG?
I've never cared about Wipeout either. Like I've never understood this like PlayStation hype for Wipeout as a racing game. I'm like, I don't, I never understood it. So I don't care about this. I don't even believe this rumor is true.
You don't believe an Xbox insider talking about PlayStation?
Bro, I don't believe PlayStation insiders talking about PlayStation. Like, what do you? Like, I don't believe none of these do. Like, bro, like, I've been like usually like before. There was a time when rumors came out, and it was honestly like a 80% chance that it was true if you saw a rumor. Now it's like 20 at best. Like, because these dudes just take anything as a hint to a game being in development, and because they have a little bit of a Twitter following, they report it themselves as a rumor. Like, bro, there was a dude who, I don't know if you had this on your list, but I think you did. There was a dude who literally just put up a picture of Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal, said 2023, no evidence, no hints as to why this would be true, and like it's getting articles. Like, what? Like, what is this, bro? Like, it's just nonsense. I even saw like a rumored Sly 5 is coming out, and I'm like, man, if y'all don't shut up, I don't believe none of you niggas, because all y'all is frauds, y'all liars, y'all don't have no proof, no evidence, no sources. Y'all are just full of it.
Yeah, I'm with BG on this, man. It's annoying too, man. Like how I guess clout is popular, man. Like it's a drug. You know what I mean? People are addicted to the clout where they get a little attention where, you know, they will post up an insider rumor and they see 1,000 likes or something like that. They're addicted to that now, man. So they got to keep on coming with it. So, but yeah, some of these rumors are just bullshit, man.
You're not buying this Wipeout rumor?
No, I'm not buying it at all. Cause didn't Wipeout come out for PS4?
Wipeout Collection,
yeah, Omega Collection or something.
Yeah, I didn't see real people clamoring for that, but now they talking about a PlayStation going to do a what is it? Is it a remaster or is it
It's a new Wipeout game they said for the VR2.
Who's screaming for Wipeout? Who's screaming for Sly Cooper? Like, what? What are we talking
BG,
about?
Sly Cooper would be a good. That would be a good pick. Pick
It's
up
just
like
nostalgia,
a new Sly Cooper game, but you know, with these rumors, I mean, with these insiders and rumors and shit, you already know how I feel, especially after this week, with the bullshit that we had to deal with all these people talking about. Oh yeah, you know, there's an event coming on the 12th and this and that. Listen, these insiders, these rumors, it's all bullshit. And like I said, I've been saying this all week. If I told you that whatever state, country you live in, wherever you live, if I told you it's gonna rain in the next 30 to 45 days, and it rains in the next 30 to 45 days, am I an insider or am I lucky? A lot of these people that with this quote unquote insider, they get lucky once, maybe twice, and suddenly they want to start, oh yes, I'm hearing, and this looks like it. No, it's all bullshit. All this is bullshit. They want attention. I'm waiting until I get it from the horse's mouth, which is PlayStation. When PlayStation confirms it, that's when it's real. All these insiders they can all go somewhere.
I'm gonna make you even more mad. Even the journalists are doing it now.
All of them doing it. Everyone is, and it's disgusting, bro. Because it's like you keep, especially with PlayStation, because PlayStation, you know, you mention PlayStation, you're definitely gonna get attention. You're definitely gonna get the numbers. You're gonna get the clicks because everyone is clamoring for news from PlayStation. PlayStation has been very quiet for the past couple weeks or whatever, because you know a lot of people were expecting PlayStation to kind of knock it out of the park with their own personal event after E3, and that didn't really happen. They did.
You're going into my next topic, Persona.
Oh, sorry, my fault. I'll back out then. But yeah, so the whole rumors and stuff like that is it's all bullshit until PlayStation say it. These dudes are looking for attention. I don't care who they are, how credible. It's bullshit.
Okay. Mocha, any thoughts?
I actually just got back in the room.
Okay, we're talking about Wipeout.
I was AFK for a minute.
We're talking about Wipeout. Yeah.
I don't really like Wipeout. Not a
Okay.
fan.
Well, I was expecting you guys to jump on me like some type of raccoon in a gorilla exhibit, but okay, I guess we're all in agreement. Wipeout's trash. Cool.
I like Wipeout, but it's at this point it's just nostalgia. Like Wipeout was okay on PS3. I like the original Wipeout, to be honest with you.
Nobody else is wondering why a raccoon would jump on a gorilla.
I actually saw a video of a raccoon in a gorilla exhibit or a monkey exhibit or whatever, so that's why I said that. They was beating up that raccoon too.
The only racing game I ever played growing up was Need for Speed and Gran Turismo. I didn't play Wipeout, so
yeah. But like BG was saying, Sly 5 was part of this whole list of rumors coming from Nick Barack. But I think his name was Nick Henderson. he seems pretty confident that Twisted Metal is coming to the PlayStation. He doesn't know if it's the live action series, which they said, I guess they're gonna make be a live action Twisted Metal series, or if it's gonna be a video game. But David Jaffe came on Twitter and he said if there is the game in development, nobody reached out to him to say if he could work on the game or something. So,
and even if it was in development, they wouldn't go back to Jaffe. I mean, the nigga, he's been retired for a minute. They're not gonna. Yeah, Jaffe, your washed up ass who's making videos on Twitter like the rest of us, regular jabronis. Yeah, come develop Twisted Metal for us again. Like, that wouldn't happen anyway.
You know what I heard? I'm going to put y'all on game, man, from a PlayStation Insider to another PlayStation Insider that you guys can Blue Box Studio is making Twisted Metal for the PS5, man.
Okay.
Is it just me, or does Sony, if this is true, like let's just say all this stuff is true, why does Sony bring back the worst franchises? Like
that's why I know it's not true.
Medieval, Wipeout.
They won't fund Days Gone, which sold like 5-6 million. They're not bringing back Sly Cooper and Twisted Metal. And I love Twisted Metal, but the last one, like, probably didn't even sell 2 million copies. Like, come on. Like,
I don't think Twisted Metal will work in today's gaming. Like, I don't think that genre or that type of game will work.
Sure it can.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I think it'd be all right.
Destruction All Stars came out. Yeah, everybody gonna laugh. Oh, Jabbar is not the same. Blah blah blah. But yo, it's kind of the same, man. Cars destroying each other. You know what I mean?
Listen, I tell people that the main reason why Destruction All Stars failed because it didn't have guns. And people, before the game came out, I told people this thing is not gonna work. It don't got no guns. Oh man, you a frag head. Why you need pew pew? and then look what happened. I guarantee you, if that game had guns, it would at least a lot more people would be playing. It wouldn't be completely dead because just crashing into cars is not fun. Like how fun can you have? Yeah, like how fun could you have just driving into another car? No, people need to shoot things. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is.
I think out of all the games listed here, Twisted Metal probably has the best chance. Like, not even just of coming to fruition, but actually selling, because the battle royale genre is something that is popping right now. And Sony, their multiplayer games, from what I've been hearing from the PlayStation Nation members like BG, aren't the best right now. So if they have a premier multiplayer game, Twisted Metal would be a good addition to their catalog.
I think Sly would be the best.
Hard to bring back games though.
Oh yeah, for sure, J-Bar, for 1,000%. But
nobody want to play no Sly. Y'all cut it out.
Yeah, like those mascot characters are working right now. I think
we don't need a Sly.
Isn't Sucker Punch already busy anyway though? Because
they said it wouldn't be them. They said it wouldn't be. The rumor said it wouldn't be them.
They never specified a developer. A developer, because Sanzaru Games, I believe, they got bought out by Facebook or Amazon, and they did Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. So it would be, who made a Sackboy? I forget the name of that. Sumo Digital or somebody else.
Which also got bought out. Right? Which also
but they said but they said Sumo Digital is still free to do whatever. But
yeah, they can still make games.
Yeah,
but yeah, when these old PlayStation IPs, they don't make their actual developers still do them anymore. So it would be somebody else. But like, come on, man, it's nobody want to play no Sly. Yeah,
they're busy right now. They're not doing that.
Yeah, I know y'all like to claim like, oh no, we love Sly, and then Sly comes out and flop.
I think it would do good.
I'm gonna be on real with you.
I'd be the one person to play Warhawk if they brought it back.
Warhawk has a couple fans.
Warhawk was fun though.
Yeah, it was
cool.
I don't even know what that is. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate, but I don't know what the hell a Warhawk is.
It's a PS3 era multiplayer shooter type thing.
Yeah, it was a spiritual successor to the original Warhawk on PS1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanna end this podcast just checking in like a good friend would, like any good friend would. I want to check in with the PlayStation and the Nintendo fans of this podcast, because me, as an Xbox fan, I'm having a blast with the Xbox Series X. Why would I lie?
Andrew, you know me, and I know you. You know me more than I know you, but I know you more than you know me. You're lying.
Let me finish. When the Xbox Series X came out here, it was much like a butterfly before leaving the cocoon. Microsoft sold you a $500 cocoon known as the Xbox Series X, the world's most powerful console. The cocoon is starting to hatch, people. The Cocoon, I'm seeing butterfly wings right now with Flight Simulator. I'm going to be, playing The Ascent in Game Pass.
Pastor Bladrew, you need to relax.
I got the most powerful console.
Yo, he wrote this down. He wrote this.
No, I'm talking right now. I got Forza coming out this November. Me and the Xbox community, we're going to be out there, raising the KDs of all of our opponents. We're going to be out there, clogging up the bottom of the leaderboards when Halo Infinite comes out. But
you don't like Halo or Forza.
I do like Halo. Check my achievements. So my whole thing is, as a Nintendo and Xbox fan, right? How are you guys feeling about the current state of your consoles? Because, we're almost at the year one of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. You got the rest of August in a couple weeks. September doesn't count. We got a couple days in October. We got, OLED-tober. We got the Switch OLED. We got Metroid Dread. We got Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. We got Tetris Effect. About 6 days in October, and then November is here. Year one is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. Persona, Shadow Fox, BG, Mocha. How are you guys feeling about the Nintendo Switch and the PS5 currently? Shadow Fox, I'm gonna have you start off. Anything you like, anything you don't like, anything you wish they were doing better? Let me hear it.
I don't know. After those NPD sales, I think we can officially say that the Switch competes with PS5 and Series X at this point. They're officially selling while those consoles are out. So yeah, the comparisons can go ahead and start. Other than that, I really like the DualSense controller. I really like it. And I'm hoping that I think we're talking about Returnal today. Does Returnal use it well? I'm looking forward to stuff like that that has some type of really good kind of use for that. So you feel like you can kind of tell where things are because you can kind of feel it, kind of situation. Kind of like how like 1-2 Switch was when you played with the Joy-Con, you could just feel something like an actual shape in your hand. I want to feel something like that with the DualSense. Just looking for more games like that. Other than that, Series X was great because my Xbox One is literally a brick now. Like I scanned with my phone a barcode, and everything on the Xbox One was on my Series X, and I didn't even need that console anymore. It does everything that console did. It's the exact same UI. All the games just load. I've loaded up to like 5 games at once on that thing, and then I can jump in and out of them as fast as I want, kind of situation. So that's kind of cool. So it's helping me get through my backlog. The only complaint that I have with Series X at this point is really an issue with Team Ninja because they won't let me play my old Dead or Alive games for 360 on there, and that kind of pisses me off. But other than that, like I get that backwards compatibility together, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna start playing more PS5 games. I gotta play Ratchet, and I guess I'll play the update since I have the gold edition of Ghost of Tsushima and play Ghost of Tsushima on PS5 instead of playing it on PS4. But so far I'm not really how can I say this, disappointed per se as far as how all the consoles have been. I probably would be if that was the only console I had. If I only had a Series X or I only had a PlayStation, I'd probably be kind of disappointed because you have a certain amount of games and stuff like that, but then the majority of everything that you have is basically just an in-place upgrade to your PS4 or your Xbox One at this point. So like you're just continuing on to play quote unquote new games that are not really new so far. So we'll see what happens once more and more exclusive games start coming out. As for Switch, I mean, games everywhere, man. I do want to do the Tales of Arise demo though on Xbox, so I'll probably play that some point next week. But other than that, no. I mean, as far as year one, I mean, welcome to the 9th generation. Sony and Microsoft, y'all been 4 years, but welcome.
Yeah, it's about time y'all got here. I mean, I'm an Xbox fan. My bad. J Bar, are you still there?
Absolutely, sir.
All right, allow me to pick your mind. Allow me to dive into the mind of Jay Bari, much like Raz from the Psychonauts series, when Psychonauts 2 launches day one in Game Pass this month for the lowest price of $9.99. How are you feeling about the state of PlayStation?
I think the state of PlayStation is amazing right now.
Jabari,
PlayStation
I
is
want you to be
definitely
brutally honest with me right now. You're the host of Speak from the Heart.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm being brutally honest, man.
Okay.
PlayStation in the past delivered. In the present, they're delivering more than anybody in the platform on these platforms, and the future is always looking very, very bright. I just feel like with PlayStation, PlayStation is giving every gamer what they will want on these other platforms. You know what I mean? When it comes to these Xbox guys, like you said, what they want is what PlayStation is giving, their gamers. Xbox gamers want that. Nintendo, I think Nintendo gamers are doing pretty good as well. I like the Nintendo platform. I just don't promote it because I think the console is actually dog shit, but the games are great. But nah, man, I'm really happy with what PlayStation is doing. They got one of the biggest games to come out in this holiday, which is the biggest expansion actually with Final Fantasy 14 and Walker. I'm pretty excited for that. But yeah, man. Hopefully Horizon don't get delayed, man. I'll be pretty upset if Horizon gets delayed. But
That game
other
not
than
coming
that, man,
out this year, Barry. Come
Yeah,
on. Now.
give it up, Jay Barry.
yeah, I mean, I gave up on it, but there's always that little silver lining. You know what I mean?
Nah.
That's the only negative I got. Those games ain't ready. The systems weren't ready. But yeah, go ahead.
But nah, I mean, they've been delivering, man. Like everything that PlayStation has promised when it comes to next gen, like their games are showcasing it. You know what I mean? If they're talking about the DualSense, they're showcasing it in the DualSense. You know what I mean? It's not like they hyped up ray tracing for a year and a half and then they don't have no ray traced game. You know what I mean? But yeah, they've
We
been
can
doing
talk
it,
about
man.
that technically speaking because they're not really doing real ray tracing.
I'd rather not.
Not right now, after dark or whatever.
Nah.
So, like, even with the acquisitions of Crunchyroll not showing up at E3 and, all the stuff that's been going on with PlayStation, you're
no,
cool.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
cool with the acquisitions. You're cool with the Blue Point and maybe Blue Point and Housemarque and all that.
Yeah, I feel like they're not showing up at E3. I don't like that stuff right there. I'm like in the oddball one when it comes to the PlayStation community with that. But overall they have been delivering. You know what I mean? Like playing the PlayStation. I've been busy on the PlayStation 5 a lot. There's a lot of games to play. It's not just from first party. They got great second party deals, third party exclusive deals, and it's nonstop. When it comes to the PlayStation games. So I'm pretty happy with it. I just wish they were more like real next gen games rather than all these cross gen stuff. From all these platforms or all these developers. But that's just a gaming thing where I feel like people they want to make as much money as possible. But as somebody that bought a next gen console, I kind of want. I'm a little selfish, man. I kind of want that next gen experience only. But other than that, man, yeah, I've been pretty satisfied, man. Real talk.
Okay. BG,
Yes, sir.
how you feeling? State of PlayStation.
PlayStation's fine. I mean, they dropped exclusives. I mean, I've been playing their exclusives: Ratchet and Clank, Eternal, Spider-Man. Same thing I did last gen. They drop maybe 3 or 4 exclusives a year. I play those 3 or 4 exclusives. I don't really ask for much. I only ask for the exclusive games. I'm not somebody who complains about prices. I'm not somebody who complains about that the UI doesn't have square edges and all this other dumb shit. I don't care about PlayStation Now and all this irrelevant stuff. I'm a simple man. The console turns on, I play an exclusive. I delete my games, so I don't got to worry about buying $900 SSDs. All this other stuff people got to do, like Jay Perry. I don't got to worry about this type of stuff.
Do you know how to turn off your PlayStation 5?
Just about to ask him that.
Oh yeah, that's something else. I don't know how I figured it out, but I do manage to turn off my PlayStation 5. Even if I can't figure it out from my controller, I realize there's a button on the console itself. Sometimes I turn it off that way, or sometimes I just don't turn it off at all and let's just let it go to sleep mode, by itself. I'm a simple man. I don't ask for too much. So yeah.
Okay, 3 to 4 games a year, and you're happy, my man.
Yeah, because I'm playing everything else on PC, so that's what the PlayStation's for, just 3 to 4 games a year.
Kind of messed up, but hey, Persona, you still there?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely here.
How are you feeling about the current state of PlayStation?
Listen, I'm a happy customer when it comes to PlayStation. The PS5 is definitely a great next gen console, in my opinion. It's definitely the only next. You beat me to it.
Hey, don't get
The
Shadowfax
only
started up.
next gen console, and when it comes to the games, it's really is the only console that is delivering on that as well. So, for me personally, I am happy. There is a couple things with PlayStation that I was kind of not feeling towards the beginning of this year, with them being quiet with certain things and whatnot. But they definitely have cleaned up when it comes to that. And as we can tell, especially looking at 2022, that's going to be a solid year for PlayStation when it comes to games. And for me personally, I'm excited, and they've been doing a good job. We got again Ghost of Tsushima, director's cut, and a lot of good things coming from that, and a lot of other deals as well. So for me, I'm happy. I think it's great. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Okay. Interesting. BD, you got those super chats ready, or did I miss anybody, or everybody good?
Mhm.
Mocha, do you have a PS5?
I don't have a PS5, no. But I mean, as far as like PlayStation goes,
Okay.
I mean, I feel like when you're on the top, you really have nothing to be worried about.
Oh my god.
Like
Here we
anytime
go.
anything happens for a good, like anytime anything good happens for another platform, they're really just catching up. They're not really intimidating PlayStation fans. Like you're getting to where we already were. Um,
I'm just gonna have to stop you right there,
and
Mocha.
then,
Whoa.
no,
Me
you're
as an
not.
as
$20
an
million in 1 year.
as an objective Nintendo fan, excuse me, as an objective Xbox fan, I misspoke. We gotta give our props to the everlasting
You
summer of
don't
gaming.
like Xbox.
I love
Okay.
Xbox.
Well, anyway,
Go ahead, Mocha.
as I was saying, as far as the first year went, like what did everyone get? Like Demon Souls, you got Miles Morales, you got Returnal. I think Returnal looked mid, but I mean I didn't play it, but it's not for me. But I mean it was a good game. Everybody liked it. Ratchet and Clank. And yeah, I think that's a good first year for a console. I think PlayStation is having a better first year than Xbox, definitely. And just because like good things are happening for like Nintendo or with Xbox with MLB, it doesn't mean that PlayStation fans feel some type of way, because once Ragnarok drops, once Horizon drops, y'all gonna be quiet again. Y'all not gonna be talking no more, because I mean, at that point, what really can you say? Like, I don't know.
I say I could just throw a copy of
Like-
Halo Infinite at these boys. Go ahead, Mocha.
Halo. I mean, Halo Infinite looks like it's gonna be great. I mean, but it's not God of War. It's not Horizon. So, I think PlayStation fans are chilling. We're happy. Everybody else is pressed. So,
I'm gonna throw
That's
some
my
shade.
thing.
Can you jump?
huh?
I figure I'd make it spicy. Can you jump?
Can I jump?
Mm-hmm.
And God of War.
God of War reference, because Kratos can't jump.
Yeah.
You know.
But
AKA
whatever.
Metroid Prime with Kratos. But you can't jump.
Okay, BG, you got the super chats or no?
So the super chats are malfunctioning this week. And it's not me, because I had Jack Move check on his PC to see if he can open up super chats on the YouTube creator screen, and he can't even do it. Like, we're going to the screen and your super chats and trying to check see all. We cannot open it at all. So just so y'all know, it's not me. We appreciate all your super chats greatly, but we literally could not read them. Even Jack Move tried, and y'all like Jack Move more than me, so y'all can't hate both of us. I promise.
I mean, look at how you be going at people on Twitter. Of course, they like Jack Move more than they like you. Respectfully.
But you know what's crazy? Jack Move. We were literally in the Discord arguing yesterday, and Jack Move literally tried to make the case that people hate him more than me. I was like, Jack Move, you're insane. I'm one of the most hated people in this community. Like, it's not even close.
Jack is definitely the favorite of the podcast.
That's what I'm. Jack is loved, is a beloved member, like, all over this community, and he makes it seem like he's hated. People hate my guts around here. So I don't know what Jack was talking. I'm glad you said it, because Jack was definitely delusional. Okay.
Bladrew, do you want to at least call out the 5 that we can see in the chat at least a little bit though? Like you have to scroll, but
I'll let BG do it. I don't like cursing, so I'll let BG do it.
So starting from Jazzy Jefferson, Thoughts on the glorious, godly, unreal new trailer of Shin Megami Tensei 5 and thoughts on the game so far in general.
I've been avoiding Shin Megami Tensei 5. It's something I'm going into blind, just like No More Heroes 3. I stopped watching that trailer years ago, so I'm sorry, I got nothing for you.
Okay. And somebody said that what's his name was having the same issue. Spawnway was having the same issue, so it's apparently a YouTube issue. King Thrash Gaming said, "Oh snap, Persona 2, DWYD, bro. What does that stand for again? I'm getting old.
Do what you do.
Listen, when you getting old and you see abbreviations, you know. Okay, he said 1.25 of this is for BG to get his lineup in order. He skipped Barber, freshened. First of all, I haven't been on camera in like weeks. You don't know what my lineup looks like, dog. Don't come for my hairline. You haven't seen it. Okay. Hustle and Motivate. He said, great job hosting today, Blandrew. King Thrash again. He said, shout out to the homie Bari. 3.75 of this $5 is for Bond. Help him get a chick at them parties he be posting. We all know he left the party with an L. Oh man. Mega ZX456 says Blandrew coming in swinging today. Talk that talk. I personally want to see a continuation to XCX. We still need an answer.
Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yes.
Okay.
The Holy
we
Grail.
still need an answer to that massive cliffhanger. That's the last one I can see. And I got a few topics that you didn't bring up.
Okay.
You know, we don't really got to talk about it in that. You know.
I just want to touch on something real quick because there's a lot of fuckheads in the fucking comment section. First of all, if I wanted a PS5, I could have one. I have enough money in my account right now to go pay a scalper for a PS5. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I just don't fucking want to. And if I wanted to stay up all night with my hand on the mouse on Target.com trying to secure a PS5, I could. I just don't fucking feel like it. I'm gonna wait until I have the luxury of walking into the store and buying one off a shelf. I'm not pressed. So I still know it's the best. Like, you can look at the fucking gaming news and you can tell what the motherfucking best console is right now, and that's period. Like, I've been playing consoles all my life. Ain't nothing ever been better than PlayStation except for the PS3 era, but that's it. Other than that, like, look at the games for the PS5 compared to the games for the Xbox console. And how is it hard to point to where what the better option is? On top of the fact that I have played a PS5, I played It Takes Two on PS5, so I actually have experienced it. Y'all be talking about a whole bunch of shit y'all don't know about because y'all some broke ass niggas who worry about what the fuck somebody else be doing. So mind your own motherfucking business and get off my fucking ass. Like, fuck out of here. But anyway, go ahead, BG.
I'm with you on that one though. I was trying to buy a digital for my son, and I refused.
Yeah, nobody got time for that.
$100 for that.
Nobody got time for that. Like, fuck out of here.
All right. So Life is Strange Remastered was delayed till 2022. Life is Strange True Colors is still on schedule for whoever cares about that. The Battlefield 2042 technical test was on PS5 was canceled because of a critical issue that was identified. I got invited to the PC technical test, and I couldn't even play it because I get an error that literally, as soon as the game boots up, it pretty much crashes. But I'm not the only one that's getting that issue. Like, there's a whole bunch. Weekend? Yeah, it's been going on this past week. It's been happening this whole past week. Yeah, it was invite only technical test. So I got in, and yeah, I couldn't even play. I literally have not been able to play one game because just game crashing errors. And on the forums, a whole bunch of people are getting the same thing. So yeah, it sucks. I would at least like to play a buggy game. I can't even do that, so it sucks. Yeah, so on the PS5, they're canceling that because they found some bigger issues. Okay. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, that's been optimized for Xbox Series X and S. So cool for people who, want to go back to it or haven't played it yet. Blandrew had already mentioned the Crunchyroll buyout was complete by Sony, right? Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, very vaguely.
Yeah. Somebody mentioned that Tales of Arise demo that's coming out August 18th, available on PS4 and PS5. And is it? I didn't see I didn't see that it was coming to Xbox because I know Shadow had mentioned that the demo was good.
It is.
It is?
coming to
Okay.
Xbox,
Series
yeah.
X.
I think
Okay,
it's all
cool.
platforms, right?
Yeah, it's all platforms.
Okay, so yeah, that's August 18th. And this is kind of stupid. So like Turtle Rock had to address the zombie in Back for Blood sounding like it was saying the word nigga. They actually addressed this.
That was
right?
horrible.
Pretty much what happens is like a sound. It's when the zombies make one sound and like another game sound overlaps. I think they said it sounds like the zombies saying nigga. And I'm thinking like it's obvious like the zombies not saying nigga. I mean the zombies not racist. Come on now. But they addressed
BG
it.
is saying nigga.
It's come on, man.
Yo, BG, yo. Even before I watched the video, and I'm listening to, I'm like, did he just say nigga? Like I'm the same reaction the streamer had. I had it. You know what I mean?
Wait, who got the clip? I didn't see it.
I listened to it.
I'm gonna find it.
Okay, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. It sounds like he's saying like a deep. Okay, it's a deep nigga. Okay, like he goes into the eye like nigga. He say it like that. Okay, it's deep from the heart, from the esophagus, right?
I think it's two different because I remember seeing that. I believe it's two different sounds.
Right,
That's being
overlapping.
played.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's sounding like that, but it's not. It's
Yeah, so
definitely-
I doubt it.
So
They wouldn't
I-
put that in there.
Right, so I get it, but I'm like I can't believe people like actually made them address this. Like it's not on purpose. It's just sounds overlapping, but they addressed it. The zombie's not racist. I mean, it's a zombie.
It's in the weapon wheel chat. It's in the weapon wheel chat. Listen to that joint. The zombie definitely said nigga, yo. It definitely said it.
Did you feel hurt? Did you feel hurt, Barry?
No. I was just like, yo, the zombie said nigga. It said it twice too. It was two occasions, man. Like, come on. Sometimes these devs they put this stuff in the game. They want to come off innocent, but yo, they probably put that in there, bro.
Little racist Easter egg. Okay, I see.
I don't think they would. There's no way they would put that in the game.
Not on purpose, at least no. So yeah, it's just some sounds overlapping. Okay. And lastly, Idris Elba is Knuckles because people have been saying for the longest that Knuckles is black, and they cast Idris Elba to play Knuckles in the next Sonic movie. I still haven't watched the first one.
Very good movie. I would recommend it.
First one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, Sonic games are the abomination of the industry. But
Stop this.
From what I remember and hearing, they usually give Knuckles like a deep voice in these games, right?
Yeah, they give him a deep voice. They give him Rastafarian colors. They give him what do you call it? They give him rap music as his soundtracks and stage level themes and stuff. So
okay.
Question, because I've heard this too, but why do people why have people always said Knuckles is black?
Well, the things I just mentioned.
Because he got hands, he could fight.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, certain characteristics like Parappa the Rapper, Piccolo, Knuckles or something, people just associate them as black characters despite not really being black people.
That defines a black man.
And I brought that up because
that's crazy. Like,
We're in the most racist community here on the internet, the gaming community.
no, I get that. But
I brought that up because remember when I said Piccolo was black and everybody was acting like they didn't know what I was talking about, and I said Kratos, he feels black. Like when I play God of War, Kratos feels like a black man. But people be acting like they don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, he was voiced by two black dudes, so yeah, I mean, I get that. So
yeah.
Kratos is a nigga.
Okay. Thanks for the confirmation there, Barry. So yeah, I'll probably check out the first Sonic movie now. I'll check
It's actually
it out.
pretty good. I liked it. Pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, and,
Jim Carrey did his thing too.
Even though Sonic games are trash, I always found Knuckles like a pretty cool character.
What Sonic games did you play? Because I'm not going to keep allowing you to see these ridiculous things about the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise.
Yeah, you think the old school Sonic games was trash? That's kind of.
I think the premise and the concept of Sonic games are all bad.
What?
Why?
Oh shit!
It's the concept is just bad. It's the concept of Sonic is run really fast while we punish you for running really fast. Like it doesn't make no sense, bro. And then occasionally
it's a roguelike game in a way. You're supposed to get better the more you play it. You're supposed to learn the ins and outs of a level so that you can speed run through those games the more you play it.
Yeah, you pick and choose.
I don't really think like there's like a learning curve or a science to Sonic games. It's Okay, you run really fast, and like, okay, you can honestly just take a few lucky jumps and a few lucky guesses, and you'll be fine. Like, you really don't have to memorize where everything's at in a Sonic game. Let's be real. You don't have to know where nothing's at.
The first one you do.
Man, listen.
But you don't like games like that in general, though, BG. So.
Well, what other game is there like what other game is there like Sonic? Like, what do y'all categorize Sonic as? Like, it's just a fast
Mario.
It's a fast platformer.
Yeah, but it feels like Mario and like it feels like that type of game, and you're not interested in those type of games. So.
I'll play Mario way before I play Sonic.
BG, I'm gonna keep it honest with you, bro. You're sounding like one of these insane IGN GameSpot reviewers.
No,
why can't I go fast?
Listen, but here's the thing. It's not a crazy thought because Sonic games don't be selling. So it's not like I'm alone on this. People love the cat for Sonic and nobody buys the games. And I don't think.
Go ahead. My fault.
No, I was gonna say I don't think it's because it's a platformer. There are platformers I love. I love Donkey Kong. I think Donkey Kong is better than all of those.
But it's good games that don't sell well too, though.
Nah,
I wouldn't attribute sales to
pretty
quality.
popular too. Sonic franchise is very popular. I don't know about that not selling.
But he don't like Little Big Planet either. Little Big Planet is amazing.
Planet's trash.
No, yeah.
Nah, Little Big Planet is a good game, bro.
It takes
the older
getting
one.
used to, but it's not bad. It's real floaty.
Sure, it's a cool game, cool platform.
Hey, we don't have listen. Y'all don't got to defend Little Big Planet no more. PlayStation has a new mascot, and it's an Astrobot. Okay, it's okay. Y'all can let that dead puppet go, whatever the hell he was. Y'all can let that
Sackboy,
Puppet Boy, let him rest in peace. That boy dead.
That boy is still relevant. I mean, relevant, not irrelevant.
No, you said it right the first time. That thing dead. But that's all I got. Yeah, so Bladrew people saying apparently that they're enamored by you, because I understand the newest thing on the block is always the best thing on the block, so they like you more as hosting. So it's your show now. I recede. It's yours. I'm gonna hand over the keys to you. You gonna look up topics every week. This is all yours, man. I'm falling.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That whole looking up topics thing and writing down the summary, I ain't got time for that, man.
Oh, really? Oh, man. But Bladrew, people told me hosting a podcast is just showing up and talking about topics. That's what they told me.
Hosting a podcast is
yeah, Jabari and Persona make it look so easy.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Or not go. We switch. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that every week.
yeah, we switch it up. Like one week I do it, then another week he do it, and.
What episode y'all on? 292? Oh, man.
Yeah.
But
I don't write them down as you go through the week. Like as things show up, you don't write them down.
But it's also about the flow, though. Like like when we're hosting a podcast, the flow, the engagement. You got to make sure you get the right guests that have good personalities that mesh with the panel.
Chemistry.
Yeah, it's got to be a good flow and chemistry, and the host has to maintain a good job of keeping the conversation going, knowing when to let a off-topic conversation go, and then get back on track. And it's very, very difficult. Pay attention to the chat, super chats, keeping everybody engaged. It's extremely.
And
even just trying to make it entertaining is kind of difficult too. But
it is.
By the way, because Tony likes to. I'm talking about light skinned Zendaya. Tony, he likes to act like my choice and guess, right? On Weapon Wheel at almost 300 episodes, like I just be choosing the worst guess. And once again, I always tell people, how do you know a guess is bad unless you have them on first? But now I've put Tony in charge of choosing all guests going forward. I told Tony, you have to find me a new guest on Weapon Wheel, and that means somebody who's never been on every single week that fits the topic that happened that week. Because you got to realize everybody that doesn't have a podcast is an expert on podcasting. So I was like, all right, find me a great guest, and this better be a phenomenal guest every single week. You better not miss not 1 week.
You're gonna be getting people like Axe Samuels and a bunch of just random people coming up in here.
I agree with Tony to an extent. Like I think, I agree because, a lot of times. You really can't tell. Like, people who come on here and don't talk, you can't tell. Like, especially if they're really active on Twitter, you'd be thinking, okay, they're going to come on a podcast and they're going to talk and be the same way they are on Twitter. But sometimes, most of the time, BG, you be letting anybody on here, bro.
No, I don't. I'm trying to give a voice. But I'm trying to give a voice to people in the community, right? And listen, we're at 300 episodes. I'm running out of people at this point because my choices are low because once again I'm one of the most hated people in the community. That's why I be reaching out to Bladrew. I be like, yo, Bladrew, find me some Nintendo dudes. He has excuses. I be like, Smooth, find me some Xbox dudes. He be like, oh, I don't even hang out with Xbox dudes like that. I don't talk to Xbox. You the X. Smooth literally, wait. Smooth in the DMs literally told us he does not even talk to Xbox dudes like that, and he is the best bot. I could not believe what I read.
I'm with Smooth like that. I don't talk to a lot of Nintendo guys too. I invited Shadow Fox because I know he's a good debater and he's like cutthroat with certain things. But a lot of Nintendo gamers are like really vanilla, real quiet. Yeah, so
not only but in terms of like bringing guests on, also sound quality, right? Because everyone don't have like a setup, so it's like if somebody's mic is real crackling and it's static,
they be on their phones, bro.
Yeah,
on their phones. And then another thing, BG, you be talking about. You just mentioned you're struggling to find new people every week. Why try to find new people? Why not just stick with the same people that you know are good? You got like, a little roster of people that you can rotate, like people that you know are good guests, like Neo or Robbie or like people like that.
To be a nice person
and you know that they're gonna bring what you need. Why not just when depending on what the topic is about, you reach out to the person that you know is gonna be a good fit instead of like rolling the dice and taking a gamble with these random people. And then some of these people don't even like you. Like they be on Twitter like
that's cool.
Talking shit, like I don't know, man.
Listen, I'll invite you. Listen,
people
honestly,
with, like no credentials.
Honestly, I look for people who don't like me to get them on the podcast. Like if you don't like me, you probably have a better chance. You probably have a better chance. Because I like that type of thing. You're like, if you talk shit about me, no, I'm not inviting you. But if you don't like me, I'll still let you come on. But my thing is like I tried to be nice and give a voice to different people in the community that haven't had a voice so people can hear from them. But you know what? Y'all got it. I ain't gonna do that no more. Fuck them other niggas. Like we gonna stick with what we know. Fuck them other niggas. I was trying to be nice. That's what I get for being nice. People like me to be a scumbag. I'm gonna just stick to that.
And BG, I heard you blocked our good brother K Mega.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Well, yo, wasn't K Mega just on the podcast?
He was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Indeed. Yeah, I'm that type of nigga. You could be on my podcast one week and I'll definitely block you within the same week. I'm that nigga. I am that nigga.
No, what he did.
So here's my philosophy, right? When it comes to blocking people. I block people like say, oh, BG black people because he doesn't, they don't agree with him or something. I've never blocked nobody for disagreeing with me. So if anybody tells you that, they are retarded. That's number one. I block people for saying stupid things that make no sense. Right? That's what I block people for. If you say something stupid that makes, I don't care if it's what it's about. If you say something stupid that makes absolutely no sense, you're getting blocked. 2, if you like what that person says that makes absolutely no sense, that's the same thing as saying that stupid thing. So I'll block you for that too, because to me that's it. You're speaking through that you're living vicariously through that person. So what he said, you co-sign that, which means you are stupid also. So I'm blocking you. You're dumb. So that's my philosophy.
Wouldn't it be so much easier to stop being a toxic individual?
I've never been toxic. You realize I don't insult anybody you can't find me insulting nobody on Twitter unless they talk shit to me first. You can't find it. I would implore you, Bladrew. I implore you. Find me.
What's your like a couple months ago?
Find me calling somebody out their name that didn't talk crazy to me
you
first.
Called me stupid for wanting a 4 terabyte SSD.
I didn't call you stupid. I said that. I said what you're doing is stupid. That's different. People start. What happens is I say my opinion, right? I tell people how I truly feel. People think like, oh, BG just wakes up in the morning, thinks it's something controversial, and tries to set off the timeline. No, I speak how I really feel. It makes people butthurt, and then they get in their emotions and feelings and like, oh, BG's she's a dickhead. Shut up, you cunt, and all that. I'm like, then I come up with something, because Mocha sees it. I can get real creative with my insults. That's one thing I'm pretty skilled at. I pretty much tell people to turn their game off. And when I tell them to turn their game off, I'm talking about their actual real life game. And yeah,
oh damn,
and that's it. And you came at me first, so you opened the floodwaters, and I'm gonna go with you, and that's it. Like. I don't do
a lot of you, BG.
Though, like telling people to like end the game. Come on, BG.
Turn the game off, bro. Don't save either. Don't save the game. Just cut it off. Pull the plug from out the console.
And then a lot of times, like, okay, I see you. You be like, oh, people attack you first. Because like you'll like comment something like real spicy on somebody's tweet, and then they'll get disrespectful. But like. I mean, you be bullying people.
No.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna cape for him real quick. So me and him got into it a couple of times on Twitter, but he hasn't blocked me. Not to my knowledge, he hasn't blocked me. So the conversation, and that's that. And then there'll be another conversation. We'll agree on something. So like it just depends. Because
he don't block people for disagreeing though. Like, no. And I'm all on board. I totally agree when it comes to like if somebody comes at me crazy, I'm blocking you, and I'm gonna go through the likes and everybody that fucking liked it. I'm a block because, like he said, you're living vicariously through that person. You agree. You're a hater too. I'm blocking you too. But a lot of the times, the hate be a little warranted, like BG, because you'll like bully people on their post, and then,
I highlight something stupid you said. That's not bullying. That's highlighting what you said and giving it attention. Look, I don't do anything wrong around here. I speak my mind.
I can't say that's wrong because I do the same thing.
I speak my mind. People don't like it, so they get in their emotions and they try to come at me, and I'm gonna end up winning that conversation. I'm gonna end up winning that. So that's it. And that's it. That's it. So great podcast.
Very.
Yeah.
Great podcast, Bladrew. I give you a B+.
B+, I appreciate that. What would you give the traditional podcast episode rating, if you don't mind me asking?
Normally I give Weapon Wheel a A.
Okay.
But you had that written down speech with the Xbox thing, and kind of threw me off.
I'll be honest with you. I've been thinking about it, but I didn't write it down. I've been thinking about it for like a day or two, but I didn't write it down.
I'm messing with you. You did a great job, man. Good job.
I appreciate it, Jamar.
Definitely did.
Okay. I guess we're gonna do our outros, Bladrew.
Yeah. I'll let Shadow Fox start it off.
I'll say first, I couldn't tell that this was your first time hosting. I'll say that much. I appreciate you guys having me on. Enjoyed the conversation. Enjoyed it being spicy. Enjoyed it being normal. Enjoyed it being a normal conversation, just talking about games and how they really go.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate the takes. It's good. It's good stuff. It's good conversation. I think that needs to happen in a more normal fashion rather than who can get the last shot in.
Yeah. Real quick, do you still have smoke for Bond? I know you guys go way back.
Oh my God.
Bond don't want me. End the conversation.
Hey, we'll leave it at that then.
I'm here. I'll always come on here.
Yeah. Persona?
Hey man, so I'm Persona, gaming with Persona. Twitter is @PersonaSpeaks. And yeah, shout out to the panel, man. Appreciate you guys having me on. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate y'all as well. Hit the like button, subscribe, and man, keep doing what you guys do, man. Great stuff. Hope you guys have a great week. Be safe. Wash your hands.
Jay Bari?
Yeah, man, great podcast. Damn, 292 episodes. Yo, this podcast been running a long time, BG, man. But yeah, once again, great show, guys, and it was a pleasure being on here. Thanks.
Okay, Mocha?
You did a great job, Andrew. Like, you did great. I know you were
thank you.
but you did a great job. Shout out to Shadow Fox, because I think people might actually hate you a little bit more than me. That never happens.
I welcome the hatred.
I'm just kidding. But it was fun, y'all. It's been a minute since I've been on here, so yeah.
All right. Well, BG hosts a podcast. 300 episodes. Never gets a great job. BG, you did great. Nice. We appreciate you. None of that. It's just like, all right, nigga. You whatever. We don't care at this point. Thanks. No appreciation.
Okay. And I want to thank all the guests for coming.
No one gives a fuck about BG. And y'all wonder why I'm an asshole.
I want to thank all the guests for coming through it. Again, it means a lot that I've been knowing Jay Bari since like the early years of the PS4. I remember when he was out there capping, talking about some Tokiden is better than Monster Hunter. I've been knowing Jay Bari for a minute now, but Jay Bari, Persona, Shadow Fox, hit me up if you ever need me to do some type of Shadow podcast with you. You got my coordinates on Twitter. Just shoot me a DM and I'll be there. Mocha, hopefully you're on more. I've always been a Mocha supporter, so hopefully we get to see you more on the podcast. And BG, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Thank you for tuning in, everybody.
All right. We out. Later.
Peace.
No. What? Right. Plenty of tried and plenty of failed. You can run and hide, but you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Name another squad that wanna test it, I'm beating them still. Bye. No, you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Right. I know my bro king got me. See, that's a black bond that can't be broken. No Idris Elba, I'm a black bond, aiming a scope and all black panel. You can never try playing us token. Yeah, we playing games, but now one of us playing or joking. Not at all. Oh wait, then Jack Move came in with the trophies, God in a lane of its own. Like, how can you gamers approach me? Tell kids move to body you in Halo, then sing your family an angel emoji. You should've known, dog, you ain't got enough Series X's. Blind got all the answers, no, you ain't gotta ask Siri questions. All the latest gaming news, gotta be here to check it. Since 2015 and beyond, I'm just here to respect it. When you at the top of your tier, it's a blessing. From the bottom, so no way we appear to be desperate. This for anybody doubting, I'm clearing a message. And if you ever had a problem, I'm here to correct. Plenty of fail. You can run and hide, but you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Name another squad that wanna test it, I'm beating them still. No, you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Right. I know what it is, man. Weapon Will Podcast, y'all know what we got in the building, man. We got BG. We got Kid Smooth, we got Jack Move, we got Black Bond, Bladrew, what you can't out strafe us, bro. Like, the strafe too strong.